Random Podcast. Boy, do we have a doozy for you today. It's been a very, let's say, exciting week in Philadelphia sports. Finally seen some signings when it comes to baseball. We have a football team that just drives us up a wall. And we have some other winter sports that we can cover a little bit. But I think the majority of the conversation is going to be on this football team and just what is honestly pissing me off.
Yeah.
So for this conversation, a staple of the podcast, I'm going to go with a couple 30 minutes.
Same.
And Mountain Dew. So
Right. Well, let's dive right into it. So MLB, they have the winter meetings down in I think it's in Orlando. So I guess big news: Schwarber
It's
signed
back.
5 years, 150 million. I think we are all in agreement that way too many years.
yeah,
I think it's just the only reason the money, who gives a fuck? It's not our money. We don't care about the money.
Yeah.
It's just locking up the DH position for 5 years when he's probably going to be productive for 2, maybe 3 of those
Yeah.
years.
Yep.
Is the issue. And you got Harper. He's halfway through his contract at this point.
Mhm.
You would have expected him to be the full-time DH.
that's some
And doesn't Harper have 6 years left? So you're basically the life of
Yeah.
Harper's current contract. You
He's
have
the first
Schwarber
baseman.
basically
Yeah.
covering DH, and I think Harper likes playing in the field. I think that
Yeah.
was evident when he was hurt. That one year that he's still able to bat, but he wasn't playing the field. So it took him a little while to kind of get his feet under him. Not
and he
not
did
playing
say
both
he would
sides.
play outfield
Yeah.
again. But
Yeah.
So, but with that said, it's
Yeah.
one of the things I wanted in this offseason was kind of open up the flexibility of the DH. So it is what it is. 5 years, 150 million.
I mean, he produces offensively, so that's awesome for us. But again, the playoffs, that's not great. Hasn't been great.
It hasn't.
The worry that I have, and I think we all have this, is that we're just running it back again.
yeah,
Exactly.
that's the biggest concern. As soon as they did it, I was just like, run it back. Oh,
So it's
Yeah.
only a matter of time for JT signs. I'm not so much worried about the JT signing. I think we need it.
Well, yeah, no,
Yeah, we
that's,
need
yeah.
some-
He's a
somebody there.
familiar face. It's only going to be a 2-year deal. Again, you just mentioned it's not our money, so whatever he wants,
Yeah,
bring
who
him
gives a
back. I
fuck?
mean, at this point, just bring him back. But what I don't want them to do is just literally run this fucking thing back. Like, you have
Yeah.
to go out and get something else. Whether it's you go out and trade for somebody, you sign a center fielder. I still want Harrison Bader. I don't know if they're completely out. I mean, what are you guys' thoughts? Are they completely out now on Bellinger and Tucker and
But yeah,
Bregman?
I think they're
or
I think they're certainly out on Belly and Tucker, but I think they may still be in on Bregman.
I mean, that would be great because you're sure you can have the side of it to where you won 94 games last year. You're a couple of defensive
Wheeler
brain
injury,
farts.
Yeah,
but
defensive
there's still a
injuries
question with
or
that
defensive
with
issues.
Wheeler. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, he's coming back, but is he? Like, we have no word on that.
Yeah.
Big concern.
But I mean, like, just to defend it all, like running it back, they were very close. They basically had the Dodgers up against as much as you could, being losing
Yeah.
3-1. But each of those games it could have gone either way. So you played a team that, on paper, is one of the best you've ever seen in my lifetime of baseball.
Yeah.
And you went up against them, especially when it came down to the pitching staff. So you know, what are they going to do with the pitching staff? Also, it's like, is Painter coming up? We have
I feel like he
Ranger
has
still
to
out there.
because Ranger,
There's no way they afford Ranger.
they're out on Ranger at this point. I feel that if we're looking at Dylan Cease's numbers, Ranger's going to get more, if not the same.
Yeah, we talked about that, I think, last
So,
week or week
yeah.
before. It's like they can't pay Ranger that much in my mind.
Yeah. So I think that they would be out of the Ranger chase. So it would be bringing up Painter unless you trade Boom or
Hopefully.
Casty for some kind of 4 or 5 starter
Mm.
and hope at that point.
So what's you guys' thoughts on Ketel Marte? Because you hear him in trade talks, and
he's got. Well, we know we're talking about the money, but he's got a lot on his deal.
He's locked up for a couple of years.
Yeah,
He does have the
you
money
do get
there.
control,
Right.
So I mean, and then obviously you'd have to get rid of Stott. So
Well,
sorry, you don't get to listen to his song anymore.
It's prospects.
No,
It's
right? Yeah.
Stott, like
Yeah.
they're, does it take a Painter to get him? I mean, I wouldn't do Painter for him. One,
especially because we need a starter now.
Yeah, that's the only reason I would. Otherwise, I would. If Ranger was here, I'd say, yeah, because we don't know anything about Painter, so why even but now we like, okay, we need you, so
Yeah.
But I
if
mean,
you're as
like,
good as they say, then fucking come up here and help at
right.
that point.
And at
Yeah.
this point, he's a fifth starter.
Yeah,
So
right,
it's like,
exactly,
all
yeah.
right, your expectations now are, all right, you turn the roster. You're the Taiwan, but a better Taiwan, or you're a better, Ranger at this point of
Or
where
even
you're
the same
falling
as
into the.
Taiwan.
Well, at
Yeah,
this point, we
exactly.
might be still stuck with Taiwan because he's still there,
I mean,
so,
I'm not.
yeah.
If he could pitch anything like he did last year, I'd be fine with that. I mean, he's a
But he's
long
still
inning guy. He
16,000,000,
filled in
isn't he?
for
Isn't he still
injuries.
16?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, and I don't think. I mean, you could try trading him, but you're probably gonna have to eat some of the contract,
yeah.
Yeah,
like
for
if not
sure.
most.
I would want him besides, like, maybe, like, the Pirates or the Rays or something like that, be, like, one of those
Orioles.
teams.
Right.
Orioles, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, Orioles. That's where we send all of our
Yeah, yeah, just like,
relievers.
here you go, yeah.
But no, it's just one of those things where you can go after Quito Marte, but like, what is he? I've heard he's not necessarily the best locker room guy.
I mean, he's
Um,
certainly a better offensive player than Stott.
oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, he was one of the key players that crushed us that
yeah,
Mhm.
in 23.
I think on the field he definitely improves the team.
Mhm.
But again, it's
He's a switch hitter too.
it's it's something
Yep.
different.
It
Yeah.
is.
I'm not against it. Like
Yeah.
I don't hate the idea. Like I mean, honestly, like Bryson Stott coming up and they're just telling him to bunt every time in the postseason when it's like actually in a bat that matters.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
kind of shameful, right?
I
Like
mean,
I'm
it would
sure
have been
Stott
nice
doesn't
if
want to
he would have
bunt, but
taken the next step in his career. And it just seems like he hasn't done it, whether it was the injury last year that held
yeah,
him back or even this year, whatever was going on. I mean, it was better than last year, obviously. But I mean, defensively, I think he's one of the best second
Yeah.
basemen we've
Yeah.
seen. But,
yeah,
we need some sort of offense, whether it's him or Boom. You need some
yeah.
offense out of those two in the infield.
I think that's why they're probably getting rid of one of, or if not both, of
And
Yeah.
them.
honestly, what I would do is if if they can afford Bregman, go get him.
Yeah, I mean Bregman's going to cost a ton. He's going to be like a 210 to $250 million player.
Well, that's your core
So
for the
you're
next 5 years. You have
yeah,
Schwarber, Bregman, Turner,
But it's
Harper,
somebody different, so it's like because they keep
but
saying
it's a
the word
bat.
core,
Yeah.
they keep saying that, and I'm like, this is. But then both Dombrowski and Rob said today they don't like the narrative run it back, and I'm like, that's exactly what we're doing so far. So if
Yeah.
you go get a Bregman, then you're not necessarily running it
You're
back.
adding to the
You're
core.
adding to it. So
It's
it's
kinda like
like,
the
oh, you're
Turner thing.
trying
Like,
something,
yeah,
right?
they
Exactly. Like
added
you're
Turner to
right.
the core,
Exactly. You're trying something. Like
Yeah.
you have to show us that you're willing to try. Otherwise, we're gonna say run it back again every time.
yeah. But I mean, on it because it's true.
No,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Like
saying.
if
But
you're
yeah,
signing the same players you had last year, that's the
Running it
definition of
back.
running it back.
Right. The
So I mean,
definition of insanity is what we look right now.
until you
So
prove otherwise, like that's what we're going to say as
yeah.
fans.
Yep.
So I mean, it's going to be the same. Casty apparently is been notified that he's on the block.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
asked him if any team has kind of approached him and asked about playing first base, and he said, "Yeah, a team has." He didn't say the Phillies have.
Right.
So that would obviously would be then if the Phillies were to offer that idea, it would be switching Bryce and Casty in the outfield and first base.
Yeah, and I don't know if
I
I
don't see how you
necessarily need.
bring Nick back
Right.
though. With
I
No,
just
the way
I
think
it's
just no.
after
gone,
last year with
yeah,
the
Yeah,
the way it's
manager, with
gone and
the
stuff
yeah,
like that, and with the whole game getting benched,
if
and
they
then
kept him, it's running it back.
right, and then you keep taking him out.
yeah,
You keep
yeah,
taking him out to face only left-handed pitching. So
Mhm.
I'm like, no, I just at this point,
Yeah.
it's the relationship's gone. Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly. I 100% agree. So I think Casty's on his way out, which is fine because I think it opens up a spot for Crawford to come up if you don't like I already had a plan that they trade him to fill the catcher spot.
yeah.
But, now that you bring him up and, does he play center? Does he play left? Like you can kind of shuffle
Mhm.
people around. So we'll see what ends up happening. I hope that this isn't the big signing and hey guys, guess what? That we're done.
Yeah.
We're gonna do little pieces here or there. You know, Max
I'd
Kepler's,
I'd still like to see some bullpen reps, but it's still early. Obviously, the only I think you're going to touch on here shortly.
Yeah.
Only one of them's been taken off the market, so
Right. And I guess one notable thing that I thought was there was several teams in on the Schwarber sweepstakes.
yeah,
Orioles offered the same. I mean, if you're offering the same as the Phillies, and the Phillies is home,
mhm.
you're already familiar with the clubhouse. Honestly, I think he's a great player in the clubhouse. I think that's one of the reasons why they wanted to make
He's a
a
leader.
priority. Right.
Yeah,
And it's like everybody knows him in that clubhouse. So if you have this offer and this offer and they're the same, and I can stay in Philly where I'm a known commodity,
yeah,
everything's good. I know this team's going to compete year after year. You don't know what you're getting out of the Orioles.
exactly. That's I think what kind of they definitely have a younger team
Yeah.
than the Phillies, but
I mean, good on them
again,
for
I think
taking a shot, but it just
yeah,
doesn't make sense for him to go there for
yeah.
5 years
Well,
and
It's
Pirates.
just a random shot because
yeah.
they don't typically do it. Offer a guy 5 years, like, I was just like, "What?"
Yeah,
Like,
and
that was
then, well, speaking of random shots, I mean, Pittsburgh Pirates
yeah.
participation award,
Hey,
you
Schwarber,
know,
we'll
is
offer you 5 years, 120 million to come join the podcast.
yeah, exactly. Who's paying that?
Nobody, just like Pittsburgh.
Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, no, they offered I think the final numbers for them was 4 years, 120, so same number, just 1 less year. The Reds were also in the picture, you know, that made a lot of sense of just the Ohio going back home,
Mhm.
and, you know, they made the playoffs last year, adding a bat to that
Yeah.
lineup, and they have a pretty good pitching staff, you know, adding a solidified bat to that offense could help.
Yeah.
They offered 5 years, 125. It's a little bit less overall, but you know, all the offers were pretty much the same. The only other one I saw was the Mets did offer him a 3-year deal. More money per year was 120. But you know, I'm glad he didn't take the
Yeah, I don't
shorter.
think he would fit in New York very well. Just
No,
They just
knowing
wanted to pluck him away from us if they could. That's
oh
all
yeah,
that was,
yeah.
yeah.
seeing him as a player and a person for the past, what, 3 years, 4 years,
Mhm.
I don't think he would fit in New York very
Well, I
well.
think they're trying to clean up that, I guess, clubhouse mindset with
Yeah.
the Nimmo, the Alonso, the
Yeah, 'cause
McNeil,
they
No,
like those
Alonso will be
three.
back.
well, they just said
Um,
they won't go 3 years on him, but they offer Schwarber 3 years, but I'm like, "Whoa," like, Alonso's younger and stuff.
I don't see Alonso going back. I think he's probably going to go. I think the Orioles missing out on Schwarber. They might go after bringing him in to, you know, he could DH and play first base and play the field
They have
too. So,
Mountcastle.
yeah, but
Yeah.
that it kind of opens up what we just talked about
No,
too.
yeah.
Of you know now you can utilize your DH for you know multiple positions. So, um, you know, we kind of talked about it a little bit more or earlier about the bullpen. So Edwin Diaz, who I did not want to touch at all,
Yeah.
he signs a 3-year deal, 69 million to go to LA to join the Dodgers. So another big bullpen piece that they brought in the offseason.
I mean, I
It
think
is what it
he's
is.
gonna be their closer at this point because
Yeah.
their closer was Trinan, and he was not very good. Then in
And
the
they were using
postseason, it
the
was
other kid.
Sasaki
The
was the
Sasaki.
guy that they used in the playoffs because he was hurt all regular season, and they knew
But
that
he's
their
more or
bullpen was
less a
trash.
starting pitcher. So
Yeah. So I do think that the Dodgers are going to keep making offers to players, and players are gonna keep accepting them
yeah, I
because
mean,
they wanna win.
when you
They're
don't have to
obviously the
pay
best team.
Shohei,
Yeah.
when you don't have to pay Shohei, you can basically build a team around him and
And you got
you know
Freddie for
pay
what,
for
2, 3 more years at most?
Mhm.
Because
And
probably.
he'll probably be done. Mookie's
Mookie's still
probably
there. Yep.
4 years, 5 years.
Mhm.
And I think they did sign what's his face, the Rojas guy. They did sign him back to a
Yeah,
1-year
but
deal.
that's just
But that
It's
was
yeah,
chump
that's
change, but still, like,
yeah.
I mean, they've
yeah.
done,
So
they've kept their core together,
I
essentially.
think that the Dodgers are gonna be continuing to make offers. So Tucker has been linked to the
Mhm.
Dodgers as a big deal. Um, you'll see them probably throw their hat in the ring for Bregman. You'll see him throw it in for the starting pitching, even though they probably don't need it.
Yeah.
Any of the Japanese guys that are going to be on the market, they're already meeting with Sasaki and Atani
Well,
and stuff.
you have
So
the guy that comes out and said that he doesn't want to join the
Doesn't wanna play
Dodgers.
him,
He
yeah.
wants to
yeah,
beat the Dodgers. So
that could also just be
it's a ploy to hey, let's get my
exactly.
price up.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I
So
was thinking because everyone's thinking, oh, he's going to be a Dodger no matter what.
I would
So
only see the Giants probably paying a guy like that
well,
because
they have the
they're
Seattle.
still
Phillies. They
trying
have
to
the
yeah.
Phillies linked to him.
Yeah,
Like I've
oh,
seen
yeah,
reports that the
yeah.
Phillies are interested in him too. But you know, hey, we'll see. I mean,
Seattle loves
if
Japanese players too.
Mhm.
yeah, if we did
Toronto
sign
could.
if we did sign a Japanese player, he would be the biggest bust out of that whole Japanese market.
Well, they were
Yeah.
talking about that third I think we talked about, but that third baseman, like, we were saying how
Oh yeah,
he
absolutely
can't hit a
not. Yeah.
pitch above 95,
I
yeah.
was like, we already have that at third
Yeah,
base.
exactly right, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, few signings. Obviously, with the winter meetings happening this week, there'll probably be more, you know, chips to fall. I know Schwarber probably set kind of everything in place of kind of
Yeah.
where people wanted to go. Of all right, one, what does he get years wise? Money wise, I think that was kind of just all right, whatever, kind of worked out right. 30 million, I don't think is too bad, honestly. I was
50 home
thinking,
runs a
I
year.
mean, yeah, going into this season, I was thinking a 2-year deal, maybe max 3, but with his performance and,
Yeah.
you know, the other teams looking for that type of offensive power, it kind of just blossomed into, you
Yeah.
know.
And I mean, it's great for the city. I mean, obviously fans can be
Great for
excited
the
about
regular season.
Schwarber.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
exactly. So,
again,
at this point, it's
Yeah,
like prove it in the playoffs.
yeah,
it's still early, so we'll see what they can do.
Yep.
Topper, was that announced today
yeah.
officially?
Yeah, it was kind of hidden underneath, but I'm good
Yeah.
with it. Like, so go ahead.
No, as I say, I mean, like, how do we feel about Topper, right? Because I know a lot of fans were upset with how he managed the team, and I was one of them. Like, I wasn't very ecstatic about the way that he managed the playoffs, and he
So
goes to the bullpen
for the
for the
listeners,
same guys.
Topper got extended also to 2027.
Yeah,
So
so 2 years.
2-year extension. Me personally, I'm fine with it. I like Topper as a manager of this club. I think he has a good pulse of kind of how everybody
Yeah,
is. I think the problem that he has, if any, is in-game situations. But they talked about adding another bench coach
Yeah,
in the offseason.
I was gonna bring
yep.
him up. Yeah,
They're linked to having Don Mattingly, who was with the Blue Jays last year. He's gonna. I've heard it's basically
Advisory
him.
role or
He's gonna be
his
that
son is part of the
his
front office.
yeah
Yeah,
his
yeah,
son's a GM
yeah.
in the
Like
front
in yeah,
office.
front office. Yeah.
But they were talking about him being the bench coach. I think having his expertise to go along with Topper. Topper has, like I said, the off days, the day like
yeah.
building up to the games. I think he's great at. I think the in-game situations like we saw against the Dodgers, where you have Stott go up and bunt, you
You don't trust anyone except 2 guys out of your
2 guys
bullpen.
out of your bullpen,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's like
Breeze
you
the
have
whole
another
bullpen.
great baseball mind to
Yeah,
pick from, and
and another thing Thompson always seemed to fail at, it was no matter what he did with the starting pitching, if he pulled him or if he left him in, he was getting fucked.
yeah, I
So,
mean, I think
maybe
that just comes
another
back
yeah, another opinion can maybe kind of
right, yeah,
sway him, right? So,
and a guy that's been around. He's been around successful teams. He's never won a World Series, which is kind of
They might have
crazy.
been on the Yankees at the same time too.
probably.
They
That's
probably
probably
yeah,
why
Yeah.
that connection also.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So I mean, I'm in for it, and I
yeah.
think I don't have anything against Topper. I think he's been a great manager. Obviously, I think some of the in-game stuff he can certainly clean up, but maybe that's where Mattingly helps out.
So, when the Phillies go into a slump in the middle of May,
Tom
is
Dom
Topper gonna get fired and Mattingly gonna be the head
Oh
coach?
yeah,
it's a
the Girardi
possibility.
Or the
situation.
manager,
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry. That's gonna be kind of what the conversation will happen, so
that could
I
be
think the
part of the
problem you
plan
have
though.
with that plan,
Yeah,
though, I mean, it is good to
it
have
could.
that
Yeah,
as a fallback, but they wouldn't have
yeah.
extended him anyway. But I think what you have there is Girardi. That was his first year,
Yeah.
and you clearly saw in that first 2 months that he had no idea what the
It was
fuck he
over,
was
yeah.
doing. So the one takeaway that we can get from that is that Topper was his bench coach and he stepped in and was able to
Yeah.
take, I think he talked about like at the time, I don't know how many more years I have left in this, but I think he enjoys coaching in Philly. I think
Yeah.
he enjoys
he
this
did say
team.
he's having the most fun he's ever had in
Right.
his tenure. Yeah, in his
So I
Well, he's
career.
think,
not gonna say he fucking hates it.
Well, no, I know,
yeah,
but I
but I
mean,
mean, he
yeah,
doesn't have to stick around either. He could have been like, ah, no, I'm good after this next year. If you want to bring the next guy in to be the bench coach and I can just fill this seat for a year,
Yeah.
then that could have been the case too. But I think he has, you know, he has a desire to bring a championship to
Yeah.
this city, and I think the pieces are there. It's just a matter of finally getting over the hump.
Yeah, I mean, he was the closest we've had, and we had
Yeah, since
Charlie,
Charlie,
then,
yeah,
Mackinnon, McKinnon,
yeah.
mhm.
Kapler,
Sandberg,
Girardi,
yeah,
Sandberg, yeah.
went
Uh,
through a lot of them.
yeah,
So
so, I mean, we'll see. I don't off-season Cam, not that upset about it, but just bookmark this conversation for May when the Phillies go in a slump, and then we're in here
Yeah.
saying we need to fire Thompson.
My thing was it is he was already the man. Like I don't think they needed to extend it. I think just kind of go like see how it goes. Like instead of now he's thinking, oh, I'm safe for 20. I'm like, oh no, if you go back and do the
well,
same,
coaches, I don't think it so much matters.
yeah,
They can
yeah.
cut them loose.
But I mean, I'm just like
Yeah,
we run it back and you still continue to do the same stuff we just mentioned that we have the court with whatever. Like I'll be like, you probably
yeah,
need to go.
but
Yeah,
I mean, to on the other hand, it's like, hey, offense, why don't you show the fuck up
yeah.
Yeah,
when the
players
biggest
need to
move's
do their
happening?
job.
Yeah,
No, yeah,
we just talked about Schwarber getting $50 million. It's you know Rob Thompson's not swinging the bat.
mm-mm.
It's him that's not swinging the bat
Yeah,
and only hitting meaningless home runs one game out of the series. Yeah. So
they're fucking bombs, though.
they are. They're
They
fun
look
to
pretty.
watch, but you know, combo that with 9 strikeouts
Yeah,
and especially when
200.
players are on.
Hoagie Fest, warm weather and stuff like that. He's,
Yeah.
you know,
So we'll see. Hopefully it works out. But I just not a huge fan of the five
Did
years, but I think that was the going
were the Cubs in the
rate.
running? Did they
I
offer him?
didn't see in the not according to Rosenthal or
yeah.
whoever was
I've only
reporting
seen
on
them
it.
right now. They had a video meeting with Bregman, and then
Same thing with
obviously
the Red
they're
Sox. I
yeah,
didn't see like
Yeah, I mean, just the Cubs, obviously, like, that's the perfect opportunity for them to go out and go bring him back.
yeah.
Mhm.
Their ownership sucks, dude. They don't wanna pay anybody.
Right.
They don't wanna pay pitching, they don't wanna pay Tucker, They traded their prospects away to get Tucker for 1
For a
year.
rental, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous that they would make that trade and then, not even make an attempt to
Yeah.
sign him.
Yeah.
So I just don't know what the Cubs are
Well, I
doing.
saw one article, like, people were saying about Tucker not being all in, like, the whole year.
I
Something
saw
like
that
some kinda
too.
effort or
Yeah.
something like yeah, and
He
I
Yeah.
was
was like
fucking hurt. He had,
yeah,
like,
I
a
was like,
broken
when the hell
bone
did
in
he
his
not
hand.
show effort? I mean, yeah, like I say, he was hurt, but yeah, this
Yeah.
article was he was like, "Oh, they don't really show effort the whole year. Maybe that's why people aren't offering." I'm like, "It's Kyle Tucker."
Yeah.
He's going to get $300
Yeah,
million
he's gonna
from
get yeah,
somebody,
he's getting a
Right.
10-year deal or
and
whatever,
it'll
like
be like
yeah,
the Blue Jays or the Dodgers, or
or
I
something,
don't think
yeah.
Yankees, unless the Yankees lose out on Bellinger. Maybe they'll make a run at
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Well, they spent what, 22 million on Grisham for that because they gave him that qualifying
Well,
offer.
yeah, the qualifying. I
I'm
mean,
like,
he
man,
was hitting home runs last year. I
yeah.
had him in fantasy. He was a decent
I mean,
fantasy
and the
player. He
Yankees
wasn't
have
the
a
greatest
buku of money
outfielder,
too,
but
anyways. I'm sure. So
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the one stat with like Schwarber is that only Aaron Judge has more home runs in baseball since he's been with the Phillies, and it's like Aaron Judge, Pete Alonso, and Matt Olson are the only players that have more RBIs since Schwarber's been with the Phillies.
Yeah, and I think, like
So he's
Brock
produced a
said,
lot. So
in
maybe
the
it's kind
regular
of
season,
yeah.
he's
Well,
great.
for sure.
fantastic.
In
Yeah.
the playoffs, it's like, come on.
Well,
Yeah.
like I said before we started, the one tweet where people were saying it was a seat filler type deal. Like
No, to
they
keep
were
the
like, "Oh,
fans
keep
in.
him around," and the casuals would be all there all year. And
Yeah.
then when we get to October, it's like, darn, but he had 50 home runs. Well, yeah, but he didn't do
Yeah,
it.
not in the big
Yeah, there's
moments.
shore bombs. I'm like, yeah, they're cool. Yeah,
It'd
they're
be nice
great.
for Bryce to show
Yeah,
up in these big moments again too. I know early on when he finally got a
Hey,
chance in the playoffs, he did,
he's
and
got
came up on the
new
biggest
blood.
home run. Yeah,
that was
exactly.
weird,
So
man. I couldn't
Got his
believe.
new blood.
yeah,
Yeah,
On this Joe Rogan bullshit.
so I guess from what I was hearing that basically helps reduce swelling. So I guess it's
yeah.
trying
But
to
a
like
third
flush
of your
his wrist
blood
out.
though
But
comes
Fucking
out and gets
yeah,
December,
filtered
dude.
and
they
right back in,
oxidize
and
it and then put it back
yeah,
in.
that's
Yeah,
wild, man.
above our heads
Yeah.
and knowledge.
They
We're
got all that.
certainly not medical
They got
professionals.
all
No,
that
not at all.
scientific bullshit they come out with now. Like it's just ridiculous.
Sure, he paid a lot of money on it.
Yeah.
For him.
Speaking of medical issues, Sixers. So Embiid actually made an appearance a couple days ago against LeBron, no doubt. He's probably circled that on the calendar. He's like,
Yeah.
"Yep, playing that game." So how many games
Oh,
have
it'd
to
be on
miss up
TV.
to that? So
Yeah.
not going to spend too much time on the Sixers here. Obviously, we have some NFL discussions we want to get to. But since last time we talked, they went 3-1 with wins against the Wizards, the Warriors, and the Bucks, and then dropping the game to the Lakers. I think it was in overtime. Was it overtime or is it just fourth
I
quarter?
think it was in the fourth. I don't think it
Yeah.
was
Okay,
overtime.
yeah. So they dropped the game to the Lakers at home.
Because LeBron was doing all his bullshit celebrations. He did both of them at the end of the
He showed
quarter.
out, dude. He had 29, 6, and 7 or something.
Yeah,
29,
you
7,
can
and 8.
you can tell. I mean, like we hate him, me and you, Brock, but
He shows up
he's
in Philly.
very respected, across the league. I know VJ
Yeah,
Edgecombe.
I don't
He
hate.
Players
I
love
just
him.
yeah,
Fans hate him.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So VJ, he went up to him after the game. I think he got his jersey or whatever. You can see him and Tyrese always
Well,
like,
those kids grew up watching him. I
yeah,
mean, yeah,
exactly.
so
He literally said,
totally
"This is my
understandable.
favorite
Yeah.
player."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
one, be able to compete against
They're
your
like, I'm
favorite
never gonna be on the
player.
same court as him. Holy shit, here I am playing the same.
Yeah,
So I get that stuff. It's just his antics annoy me.
mhm.
It's just an
Exactly.
annoyance.
He's an annoying player, and
Yeah.
but yeah, you know what? He came away with a W. Good for him.
Mm.
So it was good to see Wheeler in the stands for that
Yeah, he
game.
was hanging out
So
courtside.
it's nice to see after the surgery he's out and about.
Yeah,
So
he's hanging around.
looking forward to it just makes you like, yep, haven't forgot about you. Looking forward to you coming back. Hopefully stronger than ever. And then they kind of adopted themselves a mini bye by sucking in the NBA Cup, so
It's
they don't play again until
joke of a
Friday.
tournament.
Yeah,
The
right.
Knicks start their run for that title
Oh, there
tonight.
you go.
Hey, go ahead, win that December championship.
Yeah, hey.
Didn't
Hang the
LeBron
banner.
and them win that last year?
No,
Along
No,
they
they
won it the first whatever the first year of it didn't come
yeah, it
out.
was the
Yeah.
Bucks
then
won
they
it,
won
and
the
then the
bubble
Thunder won
tournament
it
too,
last year.
the bubble
yeah.
championship. So yeah, and then they have the Hawks on Sunday in Atlanta. Moving on to Flyers. Flyers had two games. They're currently playing tonight. They won one, lost one, won 5-2 against the Sabres, lost 3-2 against the Avalanche. So upcoming games, they have the Golden Knights and Carter Hart coming back home on Thursday. So that'd be
Is he starting for them?
I don't know if he's starting yet or not, but honestly haven't followed them too much. But
Yeah. Well, you can't watch him, so
yeah, I
you
can't.
have a
So
built-in reason to not follow him.
I would have to rely on our Flyers expert
Yeah, who's that guy?
We haven't.
Is he in the mailbag?
I just
Hopefully
get
he's in the
my
mailbag.
I just get my update on my phone. I'm just like, oh hey, they scored. Like that's
We have
about
a
I can't see him at all. So
I think I
we have a
muted
union
those.
expert in the mailbag. We need a Flyers
Yeah.
expert in the mailbag.
I think I muted the Flyers notifications about 3 years ago.
Rightfully so.
I literally get them and just go, oh, we played. Hey, I'm like, all right, yeah. I'm like, cool, man, we won. All right.
Actually, I'm
Tuesday,
kinda curious
Thursday,
now.
Saturday are pretty much hockey days.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, so it'd be interesting to kind of see him back at home, and
Yeah.
I'm sure, I don't know. It's like, I wonder what the welcome will be like with Philly. Like,
Probably not great.
yeah, but
I mean, he did nothing wrong to the city.
no, he didn't.
Like, he just
He
got
was a good
caught up
player
in some
for
shit
him.
he
Yeah.
did when he was on the U18 team in Canada.
Yep.
And it's not like he's in the wrong for saying, I need to get a new start.
No,
I
and
don't
I
blame
think he's
him
kind of
one bit.
separated himself from,
Yeah.
just the city and yeah.
I don't blame him one bit. Like, I wouldn't want to come back to
Oh,
Philly and
he
deal with
had
that
one
shit.
bad game. Imagine like the jokes and everything.
Well, I wonder how much, Comcast didn't want to bring it back either. They might have been like, no, here's our offer,
Yeah.
and it wasn't even close to. So who knows what happened behind the scenes with the whole, bringing him back. But it is what it is. We'll see how.
But he was acquitted, right? So
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah. Love
and
didn't fit.
and then this weekend they have a back-to-back home away against the Hurricanes. So those are always kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Game at home on Saturday, and you follow up with the game
Away
down
on
in
Sunday.
Carolina on Sunday. So, yeah, see the Flyers. They keep it up. They've been playing pretty well. So before we get into the full NFL talk, Hard Knocks started last week. Not too much Eagles coverage, but
I got some notes.
there you go. You can be our Hard Knocks expert.
I mean, I saw
Yeah,
I saw
there we
the
go.
clips. Yeah.
So
All right. So first note. After the Eagles Cowboys game,
Mhm.
Schottenheimer shows up with a backwards visor. How the fuck do we lose to this dweeb?
he's bringing the visor back.
He's got fucking mechanical pencil. What are you doing with that on the sideline? You got 4 highlighters. He looks like Sirianni early on in his
Mhm.
career with Philly. Just enough with that. Jackson Dart doesn't understand where he is in the world, doesn't know where
Dude, there's a
water
lot
is.
of
I
those.
saw that clip. Yeah.
I remember earlier Hard Knocks. It was like Jared Goff.
Jared Goff didn't know which way the sun set.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
worse than what Jackson Dart did because he just didn't know where he was and where the water was.
I think I was like, it's the ocean right there. He's like, no, it's not. He's like, it's an ocean.
One thing I don't know if I've never noticed it, but who has bigger eyebrows, Jason Kelsey or Jalen Hurts?
Oh, I don't know.
Kelsey for sure, but I think it's more.
Dude, Jalen's are fucking rough, man.
I haven't.
He looks like
seen-
Eugene Levy out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's
I think it's
not
maybe
great.
because like we always see the cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just takes away.
Dude.
But Kelsey, you can look at him on the
Yeah.
pregame and the halftime and stuff. And you're like, damn, he's got some eyebrows on him.
Jalen's got some eyebrows too.
Yeah.
It not a
I'll have
great
to check it out now.
Yeah. You won't look
I'll look
away.
for it.
It's like one of those once you see it, you can't.
I mean,
So yeah.
it's not like one of the unibrows, right? Like
No, it's just they're just massive eyebrows. Like
yeah,
he's just got
okay.
long
It's
eyebrows.
not Anthony Davis.
Yeah. I did like seeing Jalen be accountable for the missed throw on Devontae. They were miscommunication on the route.
Yeah, but
He
Devontae
thought-
is the one that initiated the conversation, right? Like you would hope your quarterback goes up to.
I mean, what I saw was Jalen walking over and standing up to Devontae on the sideline. So I think that,
Yeah.
it's good to see that they're actually having these conversations. I know WIP has been big in saying that Jalen doesn't talk to his receivers. He's every time you see him on the sideline, he is sitting by himself on the bench.
Yeah.
So rightfully so for WIP to have that take.
Mhm.
But it was good to see that. The fucking tush push. I'm over that. Done with that play. And then last note, Jackson Dart, what are you wearing, dude? His like fucking leather parka that he wore into the game. They lost that game by 30 just for him walking in with that. So that's the episode 1 recap.
So speaking of the conversation between Jalen and Devontae, people were talking about that clip online. They were like, "Oh, I'm so back in because he's such a leader." Like, boom, boom. And then but we'll get into the game. But
Yeah.
that completely flipped. And they saw one clip. They're like, "I'm back in. I don't need Tanner now." And now,
Well, so it's funny how like once you're mic'd up, these conversations now happen, and once the cameras are actually like the true Hard Knock, not just the ones you get,
right.
Game day. But how much of that is just, let's go through the motions now because I'm mic'd up and they're going to be.
But we'll never see that.
No, I know. but
Like when he's not mic'd up, we'll never know what's
Yeah, I
going
mean,
on unless
and then
we're
Hard
physically
Knocks
at
will
the
pick
game
which they
watching.
put.
You know,
But it's funny that you said about the cameras rolling because I was gonna say Hard Knocks. I so we know that all the topics going into this week's game was Nick is more involved
mhm.
in the game planning. And I was like, yeah, no shit, he is because cameras are in the locker room now. He
yeah,
wants to be like, oh, I'm gonna talk now. Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, it was
So
also like everybody was crying for it because they're like, Kevin
right,
Patullo,
but
who's your
it's
guy.
just the timing of it all. It's just, oh yeah, he's more involved now. And then he said today he'd be continue to be more involved. And I'm like, yeah, it's because you're on the Hard Knocks now, so
Yeah.
you want to be in the spotlight.
I mean, I'm not buying into that. I think that he's taking accountability.
That's just
Yeah,
my
yeah.
thing.
I'm
Like
just
I
saying.
don't,
I think
yeah,
that
yeah,
Sirianni's like, look, we are on a 3-game losing streak. We've looked like dog shit for the past month and a half, 2
yeah.
months.
Mhm.
We need to figure something out. I need to start being accountable and stepping in and getting this team right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, he's
he's
always
the head
been that
coach,
guy.
so
He's always taken blame. He's the one that's all. It's
he
not
hasn't brought his
Andy
kids
Reid.
into the press conference,
No, he
so
hasn't.
he's still doing it
He
himself.
he's very Andy Reid esque,
Yeah,
and like I got to put the players in a better position to
yeah,
succeed, that kind of thing, but not word for word like Andy was. But he's never going to throw his players under the bus. Like he's going to
yeah,
take the blame first and foremost. Even for his coaches too. I mean,
yeah.
whether it was Kevin Patullo or whoever else, like
He's been
he's
very
taking.
adamant, like we're not
Yeah.
changing, even though
Yep.
they ask him every week.
All right. So, question for you guys. So, did you watch the Hard Knocks? Did you?
I did not.
Okay,
Yeah, I did
you
not.
watched it.
But I saw like
Damn.
all the
I guess I
We
am the
got
Hard
an
Knocks
expert.
expert.
most of the
Okay.
clips you mentioned I've seen on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So, episode 2 airs a little bit later tonight,
Mhm.
so we won't know what's happening. But how fucking long do you think they're going to talk about that goddamn rabbit the Eagles brought in?
I was about to just bring
Okay,
that
so
up.
I was gonna
So we
ask.
got the vibe bunny.
Right, I was just gonna ask
Fucking
if we
so
knew
stupid.
this week's game's gonna be on there. That's what I was kind of wondering. Like,
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
was,
because the
okay,
Giants Patriots was on.
I
okay,
don't know. It
that's
was last night. So
The
so
Giants Patriots was last Monday night. And they were on
damn,
Tuesday.
okay,
So
so
yeah,
they don't
it'll
let
be.
those HBO kids sleep.
No.
that's what I was gonna say. I was like, I would be interested to see if they talk about this week's loss
Yeah.
on there
Well,
like that quick.
to be fair,
Yeah,
the vibe bunny was brought in like earlier in the week,
but
so that
still
would have already been
it's still the
there.
same
Yeah.
week that Hard Knocks has been
So
there. Yeah,
Garrett Stubbs is rubbing off on AJ Dillon, and AJ Dillon brings us vibe bunny.
AJ Dillon
Positive
brought it
vibe.
in.
AJ Dillon brought it
He's
in.
a fucking inactive. Why is he
Yeah.
bringing a
He
bunny into the?
also like, all right, you're
Fuck
coming
that
from
guy.
Green Bay, dude. Like, all right, so our past history of like just let's say gimmicks to get the team
Mhm.
going. You had the dog masks. I understand it. You had even the ski masks back in the 2017 or whatever, where
Yeah.
you're taking takeaways away, that kind of thing. Um, okay, those are all well and good. A fucking Easter bunny,
yeah.
like
And in December, like
in Philly,
in Philly, yeah.
like
That's
get the
my
fuck
thing.
out of
It's
here.
like you can't do this in Philadelphia when the city's on fire
When the
already.
vibes are
Mhm.
off,
You
you
can't
can't
just be
try.
like, "Oh, hey, check out this fucking massive
Yeah,
20-foot bunny that we
yeah.
put into the fucking
Yeah,
locker room. This is gonna turn our season around."
Hard
Like,
Knocks better have them deflating the fucking thing
that's what I would
tonight.
say.
Yeah,
It
that's what
should
they
be
should. Yeah,
burning.
just throw that shit in the
How many
trash.
how many inflatable bunnies are going to be burned outside the Novacare? Just
imagine how if you would be the producer of those inflatable bunnies, if the Eagles turned the season around because of this, you're fucking pocketing a ton of money.
oh yeah,
But
everybody's
it's
going to
now
have
the
lawn
opposite because
ornaments
the
and
team
Easter.
fucking sucks.
Yeah,
They're gonna, yeah. If we won last night, they would sell that bunny out
Oh
today
yeah.
and have it in their house or in front of the Christmas tree. Like, oh,
What
we
the Phillies did something with like was it a plant?
bamboo.
Bamboo
When we had
plant.
bamboo.
Brad
Yeah.
Miller,
It
yeah,
was a
yep,
bamboo
yeah,
plant that
Mhm.
turned the
yep.
season around, and then they were selling bamboo plants.
I
So,
mean, I'm sure there's also stupid little things like that that nobody ever hears about.
but
But
a 20-foot fucking Easter bunny,
yeah, no, I
like
get it. Like,
Yeah.
so hopefully that
this
thing
is fucking
dies because
insane.
clearly the freaking season did yesterday. But
They talked about it in the pregame, Sirianni and Kelsey, and Sirianni's like, "Look, the locker room's for the players. I don't know what happens in the locker room, stays in the locker room, whatever." Kelsey was like, "It sounds like a Landon
basically,
Dickerson move."
like this is stupid as fuck,
Yeah,
and I am not
because he
taking
knew, yeah,
accountability for this.
exactly, because he knew that shit was going to go
I mean, he
sour
got
and going to
shit
be
like
blamed on
earlier in his career when he equated the team and building a team. It's like,
building
you
roots.
know, you're
Oh, yeah,
planting
planting
plants and you have
flowers,
the
yeah.
roots and it's like you're developing everything from that.
Yeah.
That was his first ever, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, this guy's a fucking idiot."
But yeah, if it's AJ Dillon that brought it in, get that fucker off the team.
Yeah,
He hasn't
He's
even
not. He's
played.
not on. But get him out of the
Yeah.
fucking
he can't even beat out Will
clubhouse.
Shipley. You need to stop doing some gimmicks. Just
Get
sit
him
there.
anywhere
Yeah,
else.
anywhere.
Like that's insane. I had no idea that it was AJ Dillon that did this.
Yeah. No, I heard that on the radio. So
That's
all right.
fucking wild move by him.
Well, let's get in the game and see if this five bunny worked. All right. So obviously Eagles, Chargers, game was a lot closer than it probably should have been, and we'll get to the reasons why. long story short, they fall to the Chargers in overtime 22-19. Um, I have a little thing I want to do here. It's called, um, especially when they lose, we're going to have frauds of the game. So I'm going to get to that after I get to the one highlight of the game. The defense played phenomenal. They kept us in that game the entire time, with the exception of the very first drive, where
Yeah.
if you take that Vidal
65.
60-yard
Oh,
reception,
right. Yep.
which was just blown coverage
Dude,
away,
there was no one on that side of the field.
yeah.
There
And
was no
I
one.
mean, good on Bond to track him down. Like
Yeah.
he was fast as fuck. And
He's
he
like, go
tracks
like
him down,
froze.
and yeah, and Dory Jackson, I think, was the other guy that was kind of in the picture.
Yeah.
But no, it was huge. So I mean, it didn't save the touchdown. They ended up scoring a couple plays later. But at that point, it's like shit. All right, because our offense just went. They didn't go 3 and out, but it was more or less basically a 3 and out. Um, just going over some of the highlights of they didn't have a receiver over 22 yards receiving the entire
Yeah.
game. So that was Keenan Allen. Lad McConkey, 1 reception, 12 yards.
Yeah. White on white.
Jean, yeah, crime.
Yeah.
Oh, they hyped that matchup big time. I
Mhm.
was like, oh,
Yeah.
we get it. They're both white, but they were like, oh,
Guantanamo,
yeah, oh,
shut
yep,
down. He had the
yep.
one pass interference. It was like, all
That
right,
was nothing
whatever.
really.
Yeah.
That was bullshit.
But it's like nothing.
Yeah.
And you go down the list like a Dory.
He played good.
Huge tackles,
He played
big
very good.
moments. Like I remember the one Quentin Johnson. It's a big receiver. He comes up, big tackles. I think it was like 3rd and 3, and he ends up.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a 4th down or something like that, but he had a couple huge tackles. I think one of the they didn't necessarily run as much as the Bears did, but they were able to produce on the ground. A lot of it was
5, 6
Herbert.
yards. Yeah.
A lot of it was Herbert. I think it was 169 yards rushing overall, but 60 of them were Herbert. And I think Herbert.
The Hampton kid did pretty good though. His first game.
Yeah, he had like
Yeah.
60 yards, I think, total. But Herbert in the second half, he literally would just, here's your run pass option, and he's running. They're not thinking he's going to run at all, and he had nothing but
Blooded
green
arm,
turf.
fractured hand.
Yeah. Hey, how about him though?
Yeah.
Like have a fractured hand. He was getting demolished.
Yeah.
And
Almost landing on it.
Who
at
was
times.
it? Was it Ojoma that punched his hand?
Probably
Punching the ball?
Yeah, punching the ball. Yeah.
Fucking just straight punched his arm.
Well, yeah, he's lucky that fucking field goal didn't turn into a touchdown where he got leverage.
Yeah.
So, but no, I mean, just to go through some of the other, defensive highlights, because on the offensive side, there wasn't much. N'Kobe Dean just continues to blow fucking running backs up. He had a huge game.
He missed one.
He missed one sack,
but the way you can see
he had a sack earlier.
He broke through, and like the center would just move out of the way, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" Like I didn't think that guy would leave me wide open.
Fast as fuck, too. No, he had a huge fumble right after one of the turnovers that the Eagles had. To kind of get the ball back. So he had a great game. Your defensive tackles with Jalen Carter going out with the injury, it's like you kind of wonder, like, what are we going to be able to do? Because he's one of the big spots on that side. He certainly helps everybody around him. But Jordan Davis, 6 tackles, 1.5 sacks. Byron Young, 8 tackles, 1.5 sacks, and a fumble recovery. Jalix Hunt, 8 tackles, 2.5 sacks, and a forced fumble. Like the defensive line was getting after her.
The thing that worries me seeing those stats though is, did the linebackers have any tackles?
I mean,
I guess
I
they didn't pass very much, but like if you have 8, what's that? 24 tackles that you just mentioned across.
Yeah, a lot of it's because they're running
defensive
the ball.
line.
I mean, if you think about it, because if they're not passing, because they didn't pass, the next highest guy was 22 yards.
Yeah, so
it's like you're running, and that means that they're stopping them basically at the line if your tackles are getting most of the tackles. And I mean, so I think Blankenship had quite a few. If I remember correctly, he had 8 or 10 tackles. I think. It was good to see Epps out there. I mean, other than Sidney Brown.
Sidney
Brown flying around.
Brown.
Yeah,
I never thought about
play.
Brown once.
Sidney Brown fucking sucks.
Yeah, he's trash.
So, but no, it was just like, again, the defense looked great. They kept us in that game the entire fucking time without the exception of that first drive.
Yeah.
It was there for the taking. So let me get into the frauds. My first fraud of the game, Mr. AJ Brown. I don't know if you're just mailing it in at this point or you're just going through the motions, but first play of the fucking game, the ball is right there.
Yeah.
Either you're not running the route the way you should. It looks like half the time you're just running in slow motion, but you miss it, you drop it, big drop. It didn't necessarily hurt the offense because they were able to get a first down after that, but how big would that have been in that moment to get a nice 50, 40-yard play to get into not only field goal range, but just get everything going?
Yep.
You add into the fact that later in the game, ball going over the middle, Jalen throws it high. Okay, that fucking happens.
Yeah,
Right through your
receiver.
hands
Yeah.
because you have a safety right there. You alligator arm it, turns into a pick.
Yep.
And it's like, dude, you're a fucking 200-pound goddamn receiver. They don't allow them to hit you anymore. What are
Yeah.
you alligator arming?
Yeah.
You know, like
Catch it or you get 15 yards.
so that's that business decision that you're talking about.
Yep.
It just looks like he wants the ball, but he only wants the ball when it fits his narrative. And he came back after the interception, and he had that one big play, the similar play that he get one up, caught it, and
Yeah.
got a big first down. It's like, hey, that's great. And I think the highlight of it all was fourth quarter. Jalen actually threw one of very few passes that was actually really good. Put it right where it needed to be. He drops it in the end zone. That would have won the game more than likely, just because they would have been up 4 at that point.
Yeah.
And the Chargers would have had, I guess it would have been a little less than a minute or a little over a minute to go down the field. So I don't know.
But the corner did pull his arm completely off the ball.
Well, that was the
on
one. That was
I mean,
the
I know we say Jalen
not the
had
one in
the
the end
one.
zone.
Oh, that's what you're talking about, the end zone one, right?
Yeah, he got
Yeah,
both hands on that one.
that guy pulled his arm right off the ball, pulled his hand right off the ball. So he had
In
one
the
hand
fourth
on it.
quarter.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Well, I know earlier in the game that when we were talking about,
I'm not talking about the pass interference, like the one in the
Yeah.
end zone. Yeah, he had it here, and then the corner went, so his whole right hand come right off the ball.
Regardless, I think with the point we're trying to make is AJ, you got to make those plays.
Yeah, I mean, you're the one bitching and moaning all year that the passing offense sucks. Passing
Yeah.
offense sucks. Well, guess what? When the ball comes to you, you better not fucking drop it.
Yeah.
And especially big plays like that. That's 2 big plays right there. That kind of either could have set up the game or iced it.
Yeah.
So moving on, Jake Elliott, fraud number 2. You missed a PAT last week that kind of changes the whole offensive mindset, because now you're either going for 2, you're trying to figure out how the hell we can get back into this game against the Bears, all because you're missing a fucking PAT. Your one job is kick the fucking ball.
Yeah.
This year, kicking has been one of the, let's say, the easiest things I've seen out of all kickers. You're the only one that tends to have problems, whether it's the wind. I mean, we're fucking indoors yesterday. You're missing a field goal.
Yeah.
It's like you can rub the balls all you fucking want. Rub them to where you can put them through the fucking uprights.
Yeah. The thing that was more surprising about that was, or not surprising, annoying, was the whole, all right, let's just, at the end of half, let's just go out there and kick the field goal. No. Let's pull the offense back on
Well,
the
that
field.
made no sense. I agree with you.
Yeah,
Like, and then let's just throw it the fuck 15 yards over every receiver out of bounds. Like, what are we doing?
Right.
Yeah.
Like
he's got
act
the
like you know
mindset
what the
coming-
fuck you're
right,
doing.
Exactly. This was saying. I agree there. Yep.
And then you just throw him back out there right after that, and then he misses the fucking thing. And it's like, all right, here we are. This is just
Also, my
I
point,
do agree with that. That was very fucking
that was
annoying.
very made no sense. Like it's 7 seconds, just kick
Mhm.
the field goal and go into the locker room. The other thing about the kicks, though, I know he's struggling for 50, but the offense can only get that far. So then we have no choice but to have him kick more often.
Yeah, but
So the offense, I
50
mean, if the
is-
offense can get, can actually do what they're supposed to, he would only have to
50's
kick.
the new 35.
Yeah,
kickers.
I mean, you got kickers hitting
Yeah.
60
No,
plus
I'm not
yarders.
saying I'm not saying I'm like, I'm just the
That was a
offense
48
doesn't
yarder,
get,
by the way.
doesn't, yeah, and the offense is not getting to the end zone. So then we have to settle for 48, 58-yard field goals, and it's like,
Yeah, well, it was a 48 that he missed.
but
So.
no, I know. I'm just saying, like, there's just points where
There's
they
also
were
a
saying,
PAT that he's
they were
missing.
saying before the interception, one of the points was like Troy Aikman kept saying 58 is like in Jake's range,
Yeah.
and I was like, let's just not try that. Like, go. Like
58 is not in Jake's range.
Well, it's because they talk about the 61 yarder he made
Well, that was
when he
towards
first come in, but that was
I think
a
that was
long
an
time ago.
overtime where they were saying
Yeah,
that
but
even if
Troy
you
just
had
kept saying
to.
it's like it's in his range, and I'm like, it's not right now, but don't just think that's what go to score. Don't just go, oh, we'll get a field goal and tie the game up. Like, no, you can.
Yeah.
But like I said, the offense doesn't get it anywhere towards the end zone anymore.
All right. So the third fraud of the game, and this has been a fraud for most of the year, the offensive line.
I was gonna like wait for you to get to them and see if you're gonna single a player out or if it's gonna be the whole unit, because the whole fucking unit's trash.
The whole unit's trash. I mean, at
Mailata-
this point,
I mean, I was just
Mailata's
saying, you
hold.
could single him out if you
We
wanted
can,
to.
we can
though,
go
yeah.
down each one.
Yeah.
Mailata, sure, he's had some
False
great
start,
plays.
holding.
Whether it's false starts or holds, it's just
It's so every
he's missing blocks.
drive,
Clearly, he's missing blocks down the field because he calls it out every fucking week of,
Yeah.
oh man, if we get that next block,
Yeah.
Saquon's gone. And I'm like, all right. So, and then not to mention the actual run that Saquon did break for 50 yards.
He held Mac.
He technically did hold
Hold
Mac.
Mac, yeah.
So it's like you got away with one there. They
And
called you
I'd be
earlier on
interested
the
about
AJ touchdown,
the
but
Hard Knocks thing again because everything's mic'd up. If they showed Nick go over there and like he was excited because he
Yeah.
had got because he said he
Mhm.
made a block, I would love to hear Nick if Nick goes over there and goes, you held by the way. Like I would like a coach to be like, hey,
I'm doing that.
yeah, but I mean, but it would say like, hey, you held really bad on
We
this
got
play. Like,
away with this one.
right, we got away with this one because otherwise we didn't. Yeah, I would instead of going over there and just be like, hell yeah, nice block. I'm like, are you
but
clearly
then
to
you could
see
talk about
like
the AJ touchdown where it was like, all right, that's kind of ticky tack hold
yeah,
there,
right,
but
right,
I
oh
can
yeah, but
see
still,
where
but he's been doing that all
yeah.
year. Like
All right,
it's
so moving down the line,
yeah,
Landon Dickerson, can you please stay
Just
fucking
stay
healthy
fucking out.
yeah,
or to stay out?
or just
Like
stay out. Yeah,
they were
Just
actually
don't play.
moving the ball when Toth came
that's what.
in
Yeah,
and to
yep,
fill in.
yep.
And then he comes back. So he goes like, all right, I'll give it to you, dude. I love the fact that you want to get out there. You want to like it's a great
Yeah.
mindset to have.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna hold the team back,
Yep.
just sit it out, buddy.
Stay out.
Just sit it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
So he gets rolled up on ankle injury or whatever. They take him back in the locker room, do x-rays, whatever. Obviously they're negative. It comes back. I think it was like halfway through the third quarter or something like that. He actually gets back on the field. But for the most part, like when he was out, they were somewhat moving the ball
Yeah.
as long as they ran behind Toth, Mailata, and Dickerson Mailata.
Yeah.
If they ran it off of that side of the ball, they were actually moving it.
Yep.
If you move it to the other side where you have Fred Johnson and Steen, every single time Saquon's getting hit,
Yeah.
if
2
not
yards in the
1,
backfield.
2 yards in the backfield. Right. Um, so let's just single those guys out. I mean, other than just not giving Jalen any time at all as the offensive line as a whole,
Yeah.
Cam Jurgens certainly doesn't look like the same player he was last year or the year before. Like this whole offensive line is just they're not the best in the league
Yeah.
like they have been.
And I'm never gonna question a player's toughness because obviously they're way tougher than I will ever be in my life. But what the fuck, dude? This shit is getting real annoying
Well, no, it's
14
like
weeks into the
it's like
season.
Jason Peters vibes with Lane and Dickerson. It's like every
Yeah.
game, it's like, all right, you start
He's
the
hurt,
game, but
yeah.
you got to come
Like,
back
I'm the
out.
bodyguard, but you're on the sideline instead of
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
doing your
Now
guarding.
he's just
Yeah.
big Dom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
little big dumb.
It's just insane that I understand the will of wanting to go out there and
Mhm.
play, but if you're negatively impacting the team,
Yeah.
because of your injuries, then just fucking sit out.
And I mean, like you
Like
said, it's when it came down to the Super Bowl, Cam Jurgens came back, Dickerson both came back off
Yeah.
of injuries. And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, thank you both because you
Yeah.
actually performed in that game off of, I don't know how much you got shot up, painkillers and all that, but hey,
Yeah.
they balled out in that Super Bowl.
But it's
But
just not there.
no,
And the O-line, the only loss we have is well, obviously we know how bad we are without Lane.
Yeah.
And then Mekhi Becton going to Los Angeles. So that's the
and he
only
hasn't
hole
been
that
the
we
same
had to
there either.
fill.
Yeah.
And Mailata, Dickerson, Jurgens, even Lane has gone. They're taking like a step back this year.
Mhm.
Lane's a lot of injuries. Dickerson mostly probably injuries too. But like even when they're
Steve's
healthy
just
on
not
the
good.
field,
He just happens to be the right guard.
Yeah. And
he's
we'll
just
draft another one next year in the
Yeah.
first round because that's just what we do.
Yep.
But
But
it's
it's a
just
need now. Like we thought
Yeah.
we
We thought we were
like,
good
hold
on we thought we were
Yeah.
good on both sides of the line.
Yeah, and now we're like, fuck, hold on.
imagine where we'd be without Fred Johnson.
Yeah.
He obviously is better as a sixth offensive lineman than he is an actual starting tackle, but
But at least he
we
plays the whole game.
we barely got
And you
him
don't hear
from
anything
Jacksonville
about
because he didn't like it down there.
Yep.
And then Howie swooped in, grabbed him, and brought him back, and then I guess it's almost serviceable because the game went to overtime. But the O line's been just absolute dog shit this year. The penalties, they keep shooting themselves in the foot. Every time there's a productive play, bring it back 10 yards.
Oh, going back to the first fraud, AJ, how many penalties? I think he leads the league or
And
leads
false starts.
the team in false starts, if
Yeah.
not the league, maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know. But it's like, what the fuck, dude? You just watch the ball move. Like you're not even like trying to figure out who you're trying to block. Like you just
Yeah.
watch the fucking ball move. And more likely, you know when it's gonna come.
Maybe AJ's just out there just shouting, "It's a run."
Yeah. I don't know.
And maybe
Like I
that's why
said,
our
it
offense is so
seems like he's
predictable.
going through the motions
don't-
and yeah.
He's getting Casty vibes. And I really do like AJ Brown. I really like
I do
watching
too.
him play, but
I love,
God damn
like
it, it's been a frustrating year.
yeah. And I guess before I get to the next to the next point, so Darius Slay, cut by Pittsburgh. He was claimed off of waivers from the Bills, one spot before the Eagles. He told the Bills he doesn't want to play for them, basically. Have you guys heard any updates on
As far as I know,
the
they
Bills
added to the
cut him?
retired list, like the same list that we put Jair on, and I've not heard anything
He
else.
never reported to Buffalo.
Yeah,
and
he
they
said
were
he didn't want
saying
to. Yeah.
he might not even have come to Philly if Philly claimed him.
See, I heard opposite of that. I heard that he wanted to come to Philly. There's mutual interest there.
That was also
And-
John Clark saying that, though.
Yeah.
He's the airport guy. He's probably like he was on his way here.
Yeah. I was waiting for you, bud, at
At
I'll
the
pick up your
terminal.
bags. Yeah, terminal. Yeah.
So, not a fraud, more or less, but I did appreciate seeing this during the game. I think we can say that the offensive coordinator, the coaches, they put together a game plan yesterday that did not cost the team. We saw things we haven't seen in for the most part at all this year. They had players in motion pre-snap. They ran the ball under center quite often, which I thought was good to see because that's where I think they had their most success. And I guess everybody's been clamoring for crossing routes and things like that. There was a lot of that as well. So I
There's a lot
think
of motion.
there was some creativity out of the offensive
Yeah.
coordinators, which I think helped us move the ball like we did.
The hurry up offense on the fake tush push.
No, and that's a great play. I mean, Mailata got away with a hold, but hey, that's big because that's what you want to be able to do off of the tush push
Yeah.
is be able to, add some creativity from it. I remember a couple years ago with the, Goddard, you come off of the little passing route there and,
Yeah.
you know,
They brought that back this week. They didn't use it last week. They definitely used it a bunch this week.
yeah. So, yeah, let's get into the biggest fraud of the game in my mind was the quarterback. Not, I mean, the obvious thing to point out: 4 interceptions, 1 fumble, 2 of which were on 1 play, which I
Yeah.
think has never been done before.
I think they said that was a history thing 'cause it was
It's
the
just
same
the
play.
stupidest fucking thing going around the internet.
Oh yeah, it is.
Like, it's the dumbest comment and stat, whatever. Who the fuck cares? He threw an interception. The offensive lineman came and fucking knocked the ball out.
He
picked it up and then fucking fumbled again.
Yeah.
Why are we making this like it's the biggest fucking like worst play of all time? Like, it's not the fucking butt fumble. Like,
No, it's just it just
It's
adds
like
to
the biggest thing they're talking about is when the ref explained it because he was like fumbled by the offense and then or intercepted by the defense, fumbled by the offense, and then fumbled by the defense, then fumbled by the offense. Like the way he said it,
yeah.
they were like, that's why they're making it like a clip worthy thing.
it,
Because
it's just the internet's running wild with it because
Oh.
since 1978 when they didn't fucking have television and
Yeah.
camcorders and shit, this is the first time we've seen
some
it.
dude had
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I'm sure it's happened before, but who the fuck cares? Football's fucking weird sometimes.
So, well, anyway, I mean, he was 21 for 40, 240 yards. So he got the yardage, but no touchdowns.
But the passer rating was
oh.
worse than if he spiked the ball the whole game.
That's the JJ McCarthy stat
Yeah,
that I was
that's
going
been,
to say
that's
that
been
we talked about
popular
last
this year.
week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been popular this year.
The obviously we touched on the drops. That's
Yeah.
not Jalen's fault. He put the ball in the receiver's hands. They dropped the ball. That's not on him. The holding play by Mailata.
Yep.
That caused the touchdown. So there's 1 touchdown. AJ dropped another touchdown.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that Jalen had a good game by any means.
I will give him a benefit of a doubt when it comes to time. He had no time. Literally, he hiked the ball and people are in his face.
But
So that goes to the offensive line.
Yeah.
When he did scramble to try to make plays, the one thing I've always had an issue with, it doesn't seem like he ever has his eyes up. Like, especially when you're going, let's say, when you're scrambling left and you would have to turn your body to come back around. And I know he did it later in the game. The ball got knocked down.
he missed it. He
but
missed a couple
He
of those.
had AJ, he had Dallas a couple times where it's like, dude, if you just dump it off, and then we see Herbert do it against us, going opposite,
Yeah.
opens his shoulders up, throws a bullet right to the receiver, 20-yard play, and I'm like, why can't our quarterback do that?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. I don't know if their creativity needs to go into, all right, if they're not going to be able to block anybody, maybe let's move the pocket, like roll them out.
Yeah.
They haven't been able to do. I've never seen them do that. Like if they're going to let them kind of
They used
get
to
as
with
much
Carson.
pressure.
That was the Carson offense.
Let's do some fucking screens.
Yeah.
And if Jalen's not good at it, fucking practice it. A lot of it's just understand. Like Donovan was one of the best at throwing screen passes. Him and Westbrook and just that team,
Yeah.
like that was a lot of their offense, and they were so good at it.
Kansas
Go back,
City's
watch
still
that
great at it.
fucking Go back, watch those. See how they used to do it. They're one of
So
the best running backs in the league.
the one staple I think that this team has is the wide receiver screen that just gets blown up every time.
Yeah, they can't do anything with it.
It's either a fucking rub route that
Mhm.
they're calling a call a flag on, or it's just Devontae Smith's just getting killed by a cornerback that's just bearing down on him.
Yep.
Like the wide receiver screen needs to fucking go just like the
Mhm.
tush push.
Yeah, I mean, like we talked about it a couple games ago of, these little dump passes that he did for Shipley and Barkley. It's just another element of the run game.
That's our run game.
Yeah, but it's like, all right, now you're putting them up against 1 or 2 guys that are out, in the flat. Okay, now they have to break a tackle to get anywhere, as
to
opposed
get
to
3 or 5 yards.
right, as opposed to having your offensive line actually block somebody.
Yeah.
So, what I mean, like, the shitty thing about it all is that with his inability to kind of put anything up, we were in that game the entire
Yeah,
fucking time, thanks to the
with
defense.
5
But
turnovers, yeah.
yeah, with 5 turnovers, we were there. I mean, the defense caused quite a bit too with the fumbles, and how much of that was due to Herbert having an injured hand. He fumbled quite a bit too, but he had a
Yeah.
lot of pressure on him. So, it I mean, if we go through the interceptions, like the one Devontae, I mean, he stared at the guy, he jumps the route, that's on Jalen.
Yep.
The AJ one, I'll put that on AJ. And I mean, the ball's in your fucking hands.
Yeah.
You just alligator arm it because your
Yeah, it's a
business
business
decision.
decision. It's just, I don't wanna get hit by that guy that's gonna be
The one
2
in
feet in front of me.
Yeah, the one to the defensive lineman, it's like, you gotta know that, dude. Like,
Yeah.
they drop back, and you can't just stare at your receiver and, like, see it coming. I
Yeah.
mean,
There's also the one that wasn't called an interception, but I thought it was. He threw
The deep
completely.
yeah, where it hit,
He
yep,
threw completely
he
over, and the
overthrew,
guy
yeah.
dove in. I thought it hit his arm, and he had it secured, but they
hit the ground and
Yeah.
bounced.
And I think the worst one of them all was the one in overtime.
Oh
It's
yeah,
You're already in field goal range. There's 2.5 minutes left. It's
Yeah.
first fucking down.
yeah.
There's no reason for you to try to force it into a zone coverage where
And the Dotson of all.
and a
time.
Dotson of
Yeah.
all people.
I
It's
don't
like,
I don't get why they force the ball to
no,
I
it's
don't
why are they
understand.
even passing there anyway? Like, just run
Yeah.
the ball, see how much you can get, and then worst case, all right. I know I said it last night. People probably backlash the whole thing. You already have 2 teams in this fucking playoff run that have a tie. A
Yeah.
tie doesn't hurt you there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It doesn't
helps
hurt you
us.
there.
Yeah.
If you tie and you have the Cowboys, guess what? Now
It
it's better than a
nullifies their tie.
loss.
Yeah.
It
It's better
nullifies
than a
their tie.
loss, right? So you're still game up on them.
That's
Yeah.
why the Cowboys still have a. That's why they say they still have a chance because they have
Right.
that tie. Yeah.
So worst case, you're playing for the tie there.
Yeah.
But you're trying to obviously score to get, there. Just run the fucking ball. I guess speaking of running the ball, clearly they're over this tush push because they had the opportunity when they got down to the 2-yard line. Okay,
Yep.
what do we normally do here? Tush push. No, they try to run Saquon to get stuffed because what do? They run right behind Fred Johnson and Steen. They immediately stuff him up. So then now is our play that we talked about a few times of him rolling out, making time. Hey, kudos to you. You actually extending the play. Mailata gets for the hold. He hits AJ wide open in the end zone for a touchdown, but they got to pull it back.
Doesn't matter.
We end up saving, or we settled for 3 there, right? Or is that the
Yeah.
one where?
Yeah.
So there was a lot of times that we settled for 3, but again, keeping us in the game was the defense who also held their offense to 3 quite a bit.
Yeah. It again, like I said, not a great game by Jalen. I don't want to be the biggest Jalen fan because I'm not super sold on him, but I do know that he's talented. He wins a lot of games. This game was definitely on him. Like,
Mhm.
I don't necessarily think that it's the play calling anymore. There's a lot of decisions. A lot of fans have been saying, hey, like, you don't take chances. Now the motherfucker's taking chances.
Well, and you see
they're
what happened. You see what
Yeah.
happens. It's like, all right, well, maybe. I mean, and it goes back to last year. Last year, he was turning the ball over. You're taking chances, and they
They
came
ran the
and they basically, all right, we need to be a running team, not have him kill us. And that's what I guess he adopted all the way through this, basically for the most of this year.
Yeah.
And like he's getting backlash. So that's why the passing game's not working. And it's like, why do the receivers have to be 5 yards open for you to pass it to them? Like Aikman brought it up in the broadcast. Why do they not have any timing routes?
Yeah.
Of like 1, 2, 3 step, balls out right on AJ on the slant. Why don't
We've
they
never
have?
had that.
They never have.
We've
And
never had that.
is it the quarterback that just doesn't want to do it? Is it the quarterback that just can't do it? Like,
Also, like we mentioned of the staring down, what I mean, like you said, like a lot of times the play calling and the execution could be poor because he's like, I'm just looking at him. This play call is only for him. I'm like, it doesn't have to be only for him. If
Yeah.
it's not a good throw, don't throw it.
Well,
and I think that's what he does. That's why he holds the ball so
Yeah,
long.
yeah.
He goes through the progressions 1, 2, hopefully, probably, and then he runs and tries to extend. But
Yeah.
I mean, most times when he's extending plays, he's going either in the wrong direction when nobody's there, or
he's throwing it
or
away.
he's throwing it away.
Last note on Jalen, that last interception in overtime, that was a hell of a play by that defensive back.
Oh, it was, but
Both
you don't throw
defensive
the ball
backs.
there.
Yeah, it's not a great design for the Eagles.
Mhm.
Like with the coverage, it's not a smart throw. But great play by the first defensive back to tip it.
Oh,
Great play by the
yeah.
second defensive back to catch it and keep his feet in bounds.
Mhm.
Yep.
But to see them end like that was just like, this is just. We should have just watched the game on the fucking Monsters Inc. broadcast because at least it would have been comical.
Yeah.
See fucking Sully out there dominating Jalen Hurts.
Mhm. Yep. No, it's just it was very, very bad to watch. I mean, me personally, I'm fucking done with this guy.
I still
I
I'm not saying start Tanner.
no,
Like,
I'm not either,
I don't
and
wanna
I'm
watch
not either.
I don't wanna
Let me
watch
clarify.
Tanner
Let
and,
me clarify.
Kenny
So
Pickett play each other on Sunday when I'm there.
yeah,
I don't wanna see that matchup. Like,
no, and so let me clarify. Jalen has done a lot for this city, this team,
yeah,
everything. You let him ride out this season. But if this season goes the way I have a feeling it's going
where
to
it's
go, where
probably
we're
gonna,
out in the
yeah.
first round, or God forbid we don't even make the fucking playoffs,
yeah.
I think they need to make a change. And I don't necessarily believe it's Tanner McKee is the savior. I think you go out and look at either trade options. I mean, Jalen has some value in the league.
Absolutely.
Some other teams might be like, oh, well, that's just Philly. The offensive coordinators, all 10 of them that they
Yeah.
brought in, they're the problem. It's not Jalen. We can bring Jalen and we can fix him. But maybe they go out and get somebody. I don't know who it is at this point. I don't know who's available or
Right, that's
couldn't
and a
be
lot of that's
available.
gonna boil down to however the rest
They're
of the
not going to
season
be in a
pans out.
position to
Yeah.
draft a quarterback.
No.
I mean, I certainly wouldn't spend a first round pick on a
It
quarterback.
wouldn't be the first time they did it, though. I mean,
I mean, that's how they got
they
Jalen.
did it when they drafted Jalen.
Yeah.
Second round, they made everybody go, "What the fuck? You drafted a quarterback? Like, we have one." Like,
But
Yeah.
but you see quarterbacks throughout the league, Sam Darnold,
yeah,
go from one team to another and
and has,
perform.
yeah,
And
before.
I keep going back to not having a quarterback that can run this offense. And, sure, I agree with you, Cameron. He does everything he can to win and he wins a lot. I mean, he's
Yeah.
one of the most like winning percentage wise, he's one of the best quarterbacks ever.
Yeah.
Same with
That's their argument for Nick too. Is like, oh, he's one of the winningest coaches
well, they
of
go
his
hand in
tenure. And I'm
hand.
like, okay,
It's
yeah,
they
but
both
yeah, it's
they
like the
both have
team
been
is
there.
winning is doing that. Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. So
I don't like Nick. I would rather him go.
I
If
don't think
that,
Nick's the
if
problem. I think it's the
It's
I
going
just
to be the offensive coordinator. It's going to be gone. Jalen will be back,
yeah.
and that's. I'm not upset that Jalen will be back.
People
He
keep
will be
throwing the
back. We're going to have a
Dable
new
out there, or like if McDaniels gets
Frank
fired,
Reich
Frank
has been
Reich is
mentioned a
well,
bring him
bunch.
back. Yeah,
Dable had him in Alabama too.
yeah. So I
Um,
mean, and then they
Yeah,
say I think was it Joe Brady who's been mentioned because he's the Bills
Bills.
offensive
Bills
coordinator. So
offensive.
yeah,
But
they
why
were
would he come to be an offensive coordinator
no,
for
yeah,
Philly?
no,
it's
I
like a
don't know.
lateral
They were
move.
just saying
Yeah,
like names out there. People were
yeah.
well. I think one of the comments someone said was if Nick were to be gone, then give Joe the head coaching job.
Sirianni's not getting fired. He
No,
just
I
won't.
know he's
Yeah.
not, but I'm
I
saying out of the
if
two, that's who I would be like, go.
Nope,
Like, yes.
mine's Jalen. Jalen goes. I think the coach is there because I think if you look at the locker room too, all these leaks and all these reports and stuff, how much it's all about the quarterback not being the right fit. I don't know if it's coming from the players or someone higher up just kind of covering. I don't think Sirianni's the problem. I think
But I think
Sirianni's
it.
trying to mask what Jalen can't do, and the offensive coordinators
I
are the
mean,
same thing.
we could look at this two different ways, though. Also, right? So Sirianni's guy Patullo is his OC.
Mhm.
Sirianni's using that as kind of like, all right, it's not my fault. It's the OC's fault.
Yeah.
He's not saying it.
Yeah.
Obviously, he would never do that. But that's what the media's saying is, hey, this fucking offense sucks.
Yeah,
And he's
You're
like,
the
yeah.
head coach. You're an
maybe.
offensive
He's
fucking
like, oh, I'll
coach.
get in
Why
there
does your
and have a
offense
talk
suck?
with him. Yeah.
Well, maybe it's because the quarterback can't run anything
But
other
that's
than a
where that's
vanilla
the other
defense
side of
or
it.
a
Is,
vanilla offense.
yeah,
They try to put some creativity in, and what does it turn into?
but we'll never know that.
But like I said, with why they won't get rid of Patullo is because Nick doesn't want it to be his fault. Like he just said. Like
Yeah,
Nick goes, oh, I'll talk to Patullo. I'll get a little more involved and try to fix this. But he doesn't want. But then when people keep saying fire Patullo, fire, he's like, yeah, yeah.
And I don't
Like
think it's
it's my job. Yeah,
Patullo's.
like,
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't think it's Patullo's fault either.
Patullo's just not good. I think so. Like it's not really his fault. I don't think he ever was going to be. But I'm saying that he's like the fall guy for Nick.
See, and the
to
only
continue.
way we would know any of this is if there was a change of quarterback.
yeah.
Yeah, it just won't be. I mean, not this. It won't be this
Not
Or
year.
this
change,
year.
or
I don't
see
think so.
No,
again.
yeah,
I don't.
yeah.
No, I mean we change those C's every fucking year.
That's what I'm saying.
Whether
But
it's
like
because
this
they
year, it's
succeed and they
yeah.
leave, or it's Jalen's guy, and the offense looks like shit again too.
But yeah, so that's again, is it Jalen or is it the OC? Because we look at 2023 with Brian Johnson, was dog shit.
Yeah,
You
that
bring
was
in Kellen
Jalen's guy.
Moore. Kellen Moore came in. We win the
Mhm.
Super Bowl. This year we bring in Kevin Patullo. Fucking dog shit. So
And I look at
you can
Kellen
say
Moore.
either way if it's
Right.
Jalen or if it's the OC. It goes back and forth each side.
I
So
look at teams though, like so like the Kansas. This is an example how they keep Spagnuolo and Andy Reid like all the time. Like Spags could probably have been a head coach
Well, he was.
multiple. No,
yeah,
I'm
he
saying.
did.
I
Yeah.
mean, even in the last 10 years with
Well, right.
like he could have easily
And
popped out any
they've
year,
talked
and he
about
stays. Like Kellen Moore,
right.
OC wins the Super Bowl, everything like that. He just goes deuces. Like I'm like, why can't we keep one fucking
Well,
dude
because
to run it back?
he went the lateral move of
Y-
offensive coordinator, and
yeah.
then he
So
was like, "All right, I got a shot at a head coaching job. You're going to take that. You're
yeah,
absolutely
I
going to
know,
take that."
but it's like
But
run it back though. You are
that's
not that
that's where
term, but
Like it's Steichen and
right.
Gannon.
That's what I'm
Like
saying. Right.
it's just what happens is
I know, and
coordinators
it's
get
just
poached.
frustrating. Like,
but you have those teams where, all right, so McVay, for instance, he's the offensive coordinator and head coach. So you're never going to have to worry about the offense there because he's calling all the plays.
exactly. Yeah.
The problem that they do have with Sirianni is he doesn't call plays. He's just the coach.
Yeah.
So you're going to consistently have this, whether it's on the offense or defense. You finally fix the defense because Vic Fangio is not going to get another coaching job. He doesn't want one.
Yeah.
He probably wants to be just defensive coordinator for the foreseeable
Oh,
future.
Evangelist. Yeah.
So adding somebody like maybe a Dable that already had his coaching gig. All right, I can do the next 3 or 4 years. You have some consistency there. Maybe that makes sense. Or bringing back a Frank Reich, who's probably not going to get another coaching job.
Yeah. So that was going to be my point to your comment saying that, Reed and Spagnuolo. Spagnuolo doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't want to coach.
No, I
again.
know, but I'm
Yeah.
saying
But when
he
you
could
look at
easily
these young coordinators,
Yeah,
that
they're
are like
like,
Kellen
"Hey, I'm
Moore,
their-"
he's in his
right.
30s or early 40s, if that.
Yeah.
And then you have Steichen and Gannon. Those are the young guys that are saying, "Hey, I now have the opportunity to be a head coach."
Yeah. Yep.
Spagnuolo doesn't give a fuck. He's
No,
going to
I
stay
know.
around
I'm
forever.
just saying I'm pretty sure he could have left, and I'm saying like it's just nice to see their success because
And-
they've kept the same people.
Look at the fucking coach from the Bears, the UD guy. Is it?
Oh fuck. I
Ben Johnson?
No, the guy. He was the Bears head coach. He was fucking terrible.
Lovie Smith?
no, you're talking about the guy who's
it's the offensive coordinator.
He was just them. He was just their coach last year, right? And now he's with
No.
Oh.
That's
With
Eberflus,
Dallas.
and that's Dallas.
Sorry, Eberflus. I'm sorry. That's the name I was confused.
The offensive coordinator was the Bears head coach, and he was a terrible head coach. He's now the OC in Kansas City. He's been there for probably 2 to 3 years. He's never going to be an offense or a head coach again. So that's why Kansas City is stuck with those coordinators because they're successful. Obviously, the talent is insane in Kansas City. But those are the guys that are going to be staying put with Andy Reid. He was an Andy Reid guy. He was in Philly when Andy Reid was on the Eagles. I'm blanking on his fucking name. It's pissing me off to no end.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's the argument. So the Eagles with Sirianni being a young head coach, he's bringing in his guys. His guys are getting promoted.
Matt
with him.
Nagy.
Matt Nagy. Yes.
Yep.
So they are coming up. They're getting the success, and then they're going to have their opportunity to be head coach.
Yeah.
Kansas City, when we're talking about it, for example, those guys have had their chances of being head coaches. It has not panned out.
Yeah.
So now they know that their role is to be offense or defensive coordinator, similar to Fangio.
Right.
Is I know where I'm at in my life. I know where I'm at in my career. I'm going to hang out here and be a coordinator and just let it ride.
Yep. Yeah, so we'll see what they end up doing with the coordinators. I mean, because that was the one that was open.
I know. It's like,
he knew it before the Super Bowl was over.
Could have stayed with us.
That he was going to New Orleans.
Yeah, it's 2 Super Bowls.
Also,
now,
Derek Carr did retire at the beginning of the year, so I don't think he thought. He
kind of got shafted there.
To that, but yeah, he did kind of get like, "Fuck, I got no quarterback."
So no, we'll move on, but I think we're
not happy.
No, fuck no. Like everything's burning in Philadelphia.
Fucking
bunnies are burning. Everything's burning. We have 4 games left of favorable schedule.
Did you see the records that the teams are playing?
Yeah, 3-9, 3-9,
3-10, 3-10, 3-9, and then Bills are what 9-4, 8-5 now.
Yeah. We're not beating
Buffalo. Who cares? As long as we win 2 more games, we win the division.
Yeah.
So, 2 or 3? I think it's 3 because we lost. I think the magic number was 3. If we would have won, it'd been 2. But either way, they need to fucking win.
Yeah.
Chargers play Dallas upcoming, so hopefully they can help us out there and get a win. But
Dallas will win that game. We'll get to that.
Probably. It's going to come down to us as the wild card going to Dallas probably to play them. Yeah. And in Dallas, so we can see Dak Prescott, a true quarterback.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm not doing this argument again. We had it 3 months ago.
Oh, don't worry.
We just had it like last week.
Give me about a month. We'll have it again.
Yeah.
So, all right, moving on to week 14 results. Speaking of the Cowboys, Thursday night, the Lions gave us a little gift there. Beat them 44-30. Offense, Detroit looked good.
Yeah. Jahmyr Gibbs is a receiving back now. He had more receiving yards than he did rushing. good on St. Brown for showing up.
Yeah.
He was questionable until literally 30 minutes before the game. They said that he's going to start. Detroit looked great. They have not looked great
It
recently.
was a good bounce back for him.
That's the offense we always kind of hoped the Eagles would have had against the Cowboys defense. But
Yeah.
A little foreshadowing. Brandon Aubrey did pretty good too.
Yeah, 25
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
points, whatever he did.
Oh, so I'm just getting ahead of myself. Sorry.
Yeah, it's almost everyone's fantasy team. But moving on, Seahawks and Falcons. Seahawks beat them up 37-9.
Cousins washed.
Yeah, I
He's
really
just
thought
not
he,
good
I really
anymore.
thought
He
he could pull
mailed
it
it
off.
in.
Like,
He
I
mailed it
just
in.
pull something off at some. But yeah, he's
One of the better games of the weekend, Bengals Bills 39-34 Bills. Basically it was a defensive great play by it was a linebacker or whatever. Burrow tried to just do a little dump pass. He tips
Yeah.
it to himself or
Turning
picks it
point
out
of
of
the
the
game.
air. And,
he threw it right to him. That was insane. I couldn't believe that.
Well, he tried to throw it over him.
Yeah,
but,
and he just went,
Yeah.
like, oh fuck.
It was a pick six, and then it comes out and throws a pick right again.
Yep.
So I didn't realize it was snowing its ass off in Buffalo. So prior to the game, I was like, "Oh, I'm going unders on everything," thinking that these guys can't catch the damn ball.
Buffalo's good with that.
Our team
Cincy's
can't
good
catch
with
the
it.
ball in like a dome. This team can't catch in the freaking weather. No,
Yeah.
everybody's catching everything. T. Higgins is a monster.
He apparently there's a lot of issues going on because apparently he's concussed again.
He's back on the
Oh
practice.
yeah, he had that one
the
hit
ground.
where his back of his helmet hit the sideline.
Yeah.
It looked bad.
Yeah, so there's a lot of NFL's getting a lot of shit because apparently he went into protocol,
Mhm.
came back out, went out and got hit again, and now he's concussed or some
Oh,
shit.
shit.
So
Yeah, because the person had the independent guy up in the booth.
yeah,
Yeah, he's such a good receiver though. But Bill's getting back in the winning ways too.
Would have been nice if he threw to his other receiver. Sorry, more fantasy shit. Sorry.
Ah, there you go. We haven't gotten there yet. Titans and Browns. I think this was the game that we what'd you say, under?
no, I said I would bet the over, and I didn't because I forgot about it. Because I always say
You
that
always
these are
bet
the
the
games
under,
that are the unders where you're going to say it's going to be a 6-3 game and it ends up being a 30-20.
Yeah, so 31-29
Yeah.
Titans. The Browns try to
Sure,
go
I got
for
it.
too late. Decide that
Yeah.
they decide that hey, let's go for two. But hey, hear us out. We're gonna take our quarterback off the field. So how much of that was, you know what? We're going to just mail this one in and play for the loss.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't know what they're trying to lose, I guess. I don't know. Shador is named their starter for the rest of the year. If he's going to be their starter next year, who knows? They're obviously going to be in a position to draft a quarterback if they do.
I mean, it's smart of them. And
Clearly, Dylan Gabriel's not the
Titans
answer.
are 2-11. It's like they're 3-10.
They announced though that they're going to keep Deshaun Watson on the roster too because they opened up his practice window or whatever. the other day. I don't understand what their infatuation with keeping him around at all.
I think it's because they owe him $40 million a year.
No one's going to take. No one's going to take the contract.
As soon as anything happens with that court case, if
it's
it does,
guaranteed money.
It's gone.
Like his contract is guaranteed money. I think.
Yeah.
Like he was, he followed in the Kirk Cousins path,
yeah.
where a lot of it's guaranteed. It's not that they can just get rid of him for nothing.
Yeah.
One of the most ridiculous deals ever done.
No,
We thought
terrible.
Rendon, like we could do that one day. Like when
What's the worst
sports is
contract?
slow, like just go down top 10 worst contracts ever.
It's Phillies fans, like everyone would say
we
Ryan
could
Howard.
do Philly ones, and then we can
Yeah, but he
just
won
go
though, so
national.
I'm
Like,
okay with that.
yeah, I mean, I don't think like at the time the Howard one, especially after the injury, is like, oh, what the fuck? But
Now it would be the equivalent would be Aaron Nola.
yeah, it could be.
Yeah, that's
It's
definitely
paid for what you did, not for what you're gonna do.
I mean, Barkley got paid in the offseason for what he did, and not what he's doing now. No,
Yeah. Well,
freaking Madden cover.
Yep. Commanders look like dog shit.
yeah, this one fucked all of our bets.
Why the hell did
nothing.
they start Jaden? That made no sense. I don't know.
So he gets hurt again, and
Yep.
then Mariota comes in, and that team is just.
Zach Ertz.
I guarantee you, they beat us 1 out of 2.
Oh, for sure.
100% they beat us one of these games.
They just were in overtime against the fucking Broncos last Monday night.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was. Yeah.
Sunday
night. Yeah.
Sunday night.
And then that's why I thought they would take Minnesota because Minnesota has had terrible
JJ's been
quarterback
fucking
play.
trash.
And then he comes up and just lights them up.
Yep.
Their defense is probably worse than football at this point.
Commanders?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Zach Ertz took a terrible hit.
Yeah, it was a throw by Jaden.
Mhm.
I think
so
he's probably
torn ACL.
Oh,
is what
he's
I heard.
done.
he's probably done for his career.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, he was pretty.
I think he came back this
crying.
year just because of how successful they were last year. He was really close to Jaden. kind of
Yeah,
being like his mentor and stuff. And he probably
Aren't the
enjoyed just
Commanders like
playing.
the
Like
oldest team in the
they
NFL
were,
too?
yeah.
their
Yeah.
There's a bunch of
defense
old.
is the
Oh,
oldest
okay.
defense.
Okay. Yeah, I knew there was part of it. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, their defense is just not good. But
Just wait a couple weeks,
Yeah.
2 weeks, best defense ever.
Yep.
Yeah. So Vikings 31-0 over the Commanders, as Cameron mentioned. A lot of our bets were around some of the Commanders and didn't work out.
just thinking that they would be able to
Do
win,
anything?
Yeah.
like just win. And I didn't even know that Jaden would start. I've been saying it, since he went out. Like, why are
Mariota
you
hasn't
bringing him
played
in?
bad, yeah, but
Yeah,
at this point, like, no, like
Yeah.
this is his
Right,
third injury this
you're
year.
2-9 before this game started. Like, why are you even? If that's your franchise guy, why are you playing him? You have nothing to
Yeah.
go for.
30-9, yeah. So the
Oh,
3
sorry, 3. I was looking at it, the 10 now. So yeah, my fault.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, just not a smart bet by Brock and I.
Yeah.
Dolphins, Jets. Dolphins 34-10 over the Jets. Dolphins look pretty good right now.
They're playing good, but I mean, I
They're
think
like,
it's a
hey,
little too
do we
late.
have a shot for the division? They're like, no, not anymore. All right, now we'll turn it on.
This is the Dolphins' purgatory. Is they
Yeah.
get to be 6-10,
Me-
7-9. They
mediocre.
just are 6-11 now, and 7-10, and 8-9 to hang out in the middle of the pack, not have a great draft pick.
Yep.
And yeah,
I guess it's nice though to see Tua not crip signs throwing up gang signs. So at least he's playing. Like it's nice
Yeah.
that he's able to be healthy.
Yeah.
Chain looks like a pretty good running back. He's been
Yeah.
he got
pretty
hurt.
good.
He got hurt. Yeah.
Sounds about right. Sounds like
Yeah.
he's on my fantasy team.
Yeah,
He's not, but
he did produce before he got hurt. At least
Yeah,
for those
yeah.
fantasy players out there.
surprise of the weekend, Kellen Moore and the Saints beating the Bucks with a late one,
The bad loss
24-20.
by Tampa.
It is a
Yeah.
real bad loss by Tampa.
So remember all the Baker Mayfield MVP hype?
I
Yeah.
know.
Oh, I mean, it's kind of fallen off with a lot of the injuries that they've had. But yeah,
I mean, he just hasn't looked good.
no.
I think he's been under 200 yards for the past like 4 or 5 weeks.
Well, what this was only what this. No, I'm not saying but this is only the second week that Bucky's been back.
Yeah.
And then Godwin still hasn't been back.
He's
Evans
probably just fucking tired from carrying the team for the
was going to
first
be
5 weeks.
activated and then wasn't. And so I mean, that team is decimated on the
Yeah.
offensive side.
No, they've had a ton of injuries defensively as well.
Abuka,
It's
I
just,
think-
Abuka had a huge drop
yeah,
that would have gotten the lead. Yeah.
yeah. But I think it's more just kind of calling out that like
Oh no,
the NFL itself,
Yeah.
like you get hype on one player and then
Mhm.
one couple weeks later,
They
yeah,
do
it's
that.
completely
It's
forgotten
all.
about.
It's like in quarters. There's always somebody that does good in a month span. They're like, oh my god, he's MVP. I'm like, relax.
Yeah.
Speaking of MVP talk, the Colts.
Yeah.
Big loss to the Jaguars. Not just the game, but Daniel Jones. He's playing. We hear he's playing with a fractured tibia.
Fibula. Yeah.
And then it just going out on passing plays, Achilles.
Oh.
The torn
Which-
Achilles,
yeah,
is that what it
right,
was?
torn
Yeah,
Achilles.
torn Achilles, so
Which
he'll be out
because
for
he has a
next year,
fibula,
too.
he's probably putting more pressure on the opposite
Right.
leg to and then bam, that
I
ruptures.
mean, we
yeah.
just saw that how many times in basketball of
Right,
like
with the
just
calf
calf
injury,
strains
yeah,
and
calf
stuff. So it's like
strains,
you have
Yep.
these injuries where something's lingering. You're
That's the worry with Sauce Gardner, I think.
Yeah.
And especially in Indy when fucking Halliburton just did it in the
Yeah.
finals.
I mean, Durant did the same thing that
oh,
one year
shit.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
So
like,
now
wow.
Danny
City
Dimes,
Achilles.
yeah. So then Sauce Gardner, they obviously one of the top cornerbacks in the league, has a calf strain. They thought it was like an Achilles injury, and then do you want to put him back out or do you want that to heal? Because
It's tough, right?
your season's not looking.
No, they're 8-5. I mean, that was a big game because it was a big division game.
Yeah.
Like that kind of sets up the division winner and like where
Yeah.
you are in the hunt. I mean, to fix the Daniel Jones, I mean, they're not going to Richardson, which is
He's still
understandable.
on IR
Yeah.
from an eye injury
From an
he
eye
had
injury,
in
like a-
preseason
Yeah, it's orbital fracture.
because of a stretching band.
Oh, that's what it was. I couldn't
Yeah.
remember what the hell. I knew it was workout injury, but that smacked him in the
Smacked
face.
him in the face,
Yeah.
and he's been out for the whole season. So
Yeah.
clearly that.
But I also think they don't want to
Path
use
is
him at
done.
all, even if his eye was fixed.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think they just
Yeah, I
basically
think,
were like, we're
yeah.
done with it. He's a bust.
He's
yeah.
a bust. at this
Sheiken's like,
point.
no, I'm going to use Daniel Jones. like,
He has
So
a
they bring
fucking
back-
cannon though.
Oh, he does.
He does.
I
Yeah.
mean, he looked good when he first came up. I was like, God, this guy's gonna be the
He's
next
Cam
big-
Newton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he's big,
But,
big
like,
He's big, he can
quarterback,
run.
and
The concern they had was the kid barely started any games in college. He's had that 1 year, and that seemed to pan out very well, like when they
Yeah.
were saying all that stuff. Yeah.
so the Colts bring in Phillip Rivers for the foreseeable playoff push.
Just insane.
We'll see. I mean,
Practice squad contract. He's 44.
yeah, he's up
His-
there. I mean,
His
I
son,
mean, it's him or Brett Rippin. So
his son is the same age as Riley Leonard.
that's so
That's wild.
yeah, it is. But I mean,
Is that his oldest kid of
you
11?
see other
Yeah.
40-year-olds.
Yeah.
You see other 40-year-olds competing. I mean, Rogers is still out there. Stafford's still out there.
Is Stafford 40? He's
He
not
has to
40.
be.
No, he's not 40. He's probably like 38. He ain't 40.
I will say this though, I want to see
Oh,
it.
he's been
I
around for
want
a
to
while.
see Rivers start on Sunday. That'd be the storyline. Just to see it would be
He's 37.
Plays like a
awesome.
40. He has the back of a 40-year-old.
Well, yeah, because he was in Detroit for fucking 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It adds.
Why do you think Barry
It
Sanders
adds
quit?
years. Exactly.
Calvin Johnson quit.
He's
Fucking
like, my
city
6-year
sucks.
career was at 12. I played in Detroit.
Yeah.
But, all right, moving on. Steelers able to come away with a controversial win against the Ravens.
Yeah.
27-22. So, we go back a couple years back. Speaking of the Lions, Calvin Johnson, nobody knows what a catch is anymore.
Yeah.
So
this is
likely catches it in the end zone, takes not one, not two, but seems like 3 steps. And then the ball comes out.
Yep.
And they rule it not a catch.
Yeah. Should have been a touchdown.
should have been a touchdown easily.
Isaiah Likely is always that guy that just seems to always have the controversial touchdowns.
Mhm.
What was it? 2 years ago, Chiefs Ravens
Oh,
opening
the
night of
little
football.
the one
The
was
toe off.
the toe out. Yep.
Yeah, toe out.
That was opening week that one year.
Yeah. Mhm.
So
I don't know what a touchdown is anymore.
I don't know what
entirely.
Lamar Jackson is anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't look the
he's
same.
looked very
Derrick
bad this
Henry
year.
doesn't look the same this year.
Yeah, well, that we kind of expected that to catch up to him.
Yeah, but at the same time, they just keep using the Hill guy, and I can't remember. I just heard he's the other guy. It just randomly come up out of nowhere. Like, and then
Oh
they
yeah,
still got
the guys that took away all the carries
Keith
in the
Mitchell.
second quarter
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah, so I'm
Mitchell,
like,
yeah.
Mitchell.
yeah, and there's another dude too. He's got, he's
Right.
only played like the last 2 weeks, but yeah, they just, I don't know what you're doing. Like, you have Henry, and Lamar must not be able to run because he does not look like he's able to.
Yeah,
right now.
they're not great.
Or he's just pulling a Jalen and saving his body. He doesn't want to run the ball.
Yeah, I mean that's his. But that's more Lamar's whole thing has always been the running. So if he's not doing that, like, I mean, he can pass. He showed he can do that, but he just
They don't
looks
have
bad.
anyone there to catch. Like DeAndre
No.
Hopkins has been a nobody.
Yeah, Zay Flowers.
Bateman had a big drop. Like
Yeah.
the
Mark
goal in
Andrews
the
has
red
been
zone.
pretty much the best target.
And then
him and Zay Flowers.
extended him. I don't know what the
I don't know what they're doing,
Yeah.
but that division's still wide open.
That's
Since he
probably a
still
head
has a
coach
shot,
has to
I
be
think.
fired though.
Yeah, I mean, if they would have came away with the win against the Bills, I mean, they would have been what 5-8.
They looked like they were going to come away.
They
with the
were.
win.
I mean, Burrow's just back
Yeah.
and forth with them, and I mean, you
Do
take
they play each other again 2 weeks, or is that or they play the Bengals again? The Ravens do. Do they
I think
play
the
the Steelers
Steelers
again?
Ravens play again.
Okay, that's what I thought. I knew it wasn't far off. Like they
yeah,
gotta play
they're
each other.
probably the same
coming
schedule
up.
we had with the Commanders, which
Yeah.
is dumb, but it's like a hockey back to back.
It goes off last year. That's why they did it. It's just,
Let's see. Broncos 24-17 over the Raiders. We kind of all expected that.
There was a lot of bettors upset about this.
Yes, I did see that.
I didn't. Obviously, I'm not watching this game.
So the spread was 8.5.
field goal. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
8.5, and
Yep.
then
There was a fluke flag.
there was a fluke flag, and they threw the pass or whatever to one of the receivers, and then he didn't necessarily have time to get up and spike the ball, or they're going to run out of time. But the Denver player kind of reached for the ball to pull it away, and they called it delay a game, which gave not only Oakland, it gave Vegas, yeah, Oakland. They're still Oakland. Gave them not only the ability to stop the clock, but also 5 yards closer. So they kicked the field goal
to cover the
to cover the spread, and still end up losing the game. So yeah, I think a lot of bettors were like, "All right, so NFL look at
time
fucking."
expired, didn't it? When he made it.
Right? It might have.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's like, what the
It
fuck?
was a meaningless field goal, but it covered the spread.
Yeah,
So, yeah. Vegas, stay winning.
Uh-huh. But
Jesus Christ.
And to do it in Vegas.
yeah, exactly.
It's like, well, that's not obvious.
all right. Let's see. Packers Bears. This was another good game. 28-21.
Yeah. Caleb had the wide open DJ Moore on that pass at the
which
end.
was the same pass they scored again. They scored on us. It was the same setup, like same play, but then this one he threw the pick. Yeah.
So yeah, Bears, they're fighting though.
No,
the game looked ugly.
That's a good team. They're sticking in it.
But Jordan Love, man, he's had 7 touchdowns in the last 2 games, and he looked.
We talk about
horrible against
quarterbacks. We
us.
can't. Yeah, no, and I mean, he's played great.
They're saying he's like Schwarber Fest. He's Toyota Thon Jordan Love.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
So
I
apparently
think it probably helps
November,
also,
December.
like Christian Watson just came back, not I think a couple
Yeah,
weeks
I
ago.
love that he's back. That's
No,
great.
to have him back and also have that familiarity, and like it probably took him a game to kind of get back to game speed and stuff too. So I think that certainly helps. But both those teams have been playing well. I think still the class of the NFC. Rams beat the Cardinals 45-17.
Yeah, they blew them out.
Yeah.
Nakua and Devontae Adams just keep scoring touchdowns.
Mhm. Yeah,
Uh,
Devontae Adams like every
Ky-
week.
Kyron Williams had a good game. Corum had a good game.
Corum had a good game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Corn went off.
I'm in quite the pickle against you in our other fantasy league that we can discuss later.
Yep. Yeah, we'll get to that. And then the final game, other than the bullshit Eagles game on Monday, we had the Texans coming away with a win against the Chiefs. We talk about the Texans being
Their defense, man.
their defense is good.
Their defense
And,
is they fucking hit.
yeah.
They beat the shit out of you.
Yep.
Like
You mentioned it earlier about the Rice hit.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, leaving the scene, hit and run.
Yeah, now he knows how it feels.
No, it is, but it's just their defense beats the shit out of you. They did it to Josh Allen. The Chiefs can't catch the ball though. I noticed that. Kelsey, I don't know what is going on with his hands.
Taylor was there though. She did show up to the game.
Did they
there was a sighting. They showed her on TV. Yep.
Yeah, her Selena Gomez.
She hasn't been around her much. That's why I was like, oh my god, she's there.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were. There was a lot of drops. Mahomes is out there doing his damnedest out, and still came up with an L.
Yep.
So they're on the brink. I think the Colts losing helps them a ton.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know what it would look like if they're still in contention with the Texans and the Jaguars having the tiebreaker over the Chiefs. Because the Jags beat them on, what was it, Monday night?
Mm-hmm.
On like a walk-off.
When Trevor Lawrence fell and then still got up.
Oh, yeah. And
it was like a walk-off touchdown and then them losing to the Texans. I think that's going to hurt them, but they did beat the Chiefs. So,
all right. So I'm gonna change it up a little bit. So what I want to do is I want to cover the fantasy matchups basically from this last one. And then what we'll do is we'll preview the week 15 and then get into the week 15 fantasy.
Okay.
So Cameron, you were out.
Oh yeah. Team sucks.
One of the big matchups of the week for the podcast league was me against Brock. Let's just get to, so basically let's just go down the list. Goff against Love, they were basically kind of even 23-25. Waddle and Smith and Jigba made up for last week. Basically went off for 28. Waddle put up 18. I had AJ. Well, I'll skip over AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. We'll keep those. So they were going head to head against or for us. Running back wise, mediocre efforts here. James Cook for me. Brees Hall 15 total.
James Cook can't stop fumbling.
Yeah. Well, and then he had the one big.
He had the fumble right in the end zone.
That was the one that he fumbled.
He just can't stop fumbling now.
Wasn't that called back on a penalty, or was it just a fumble?
No,
I think it was the fumble out of the end zone.
Yeah.
Okay, but how'd they get the ball back?
No, it didn't get called. He fumbled later on.
He fumbled there.
They called it that it was a fumble, but he fumbled inbounds, and it went out before the end zone.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then he fumbled later on, I think 2 more times.
So who got that touchdown? Allen?
Probably.
Or something.
Yeah.
So I only had 15 out of those guys, where Brock, you had 21 out of Genty and Irving. Mark Andrews, 1.9, fucking terrible showing, but your tight end only 5.7. So a lot of this is very close.
Like I said, tight end, I've literally been streaming a different dude every week since I lost Kraft. Like it's just been brutal. Yeah.
I was between Goddard and Andrews. I mean, I can't trust Goddard. 1 week he puts up 1, the next week he's putting up 15,
Andrews
20.
seems like he's
and Andrews was getting touchdowns. So I was like, all right, let me go with the guy who's been getting touchdowns.
And it's crazy. Like I was looking at your roster, like you have Justin Jefferson.
On the bench,
90% of people are starting him, and we know the Vikings offense is just terrible. So you were like, I got to play
literally
someone
on the
else.
bench. Yeah, he scored 3 points this week, so I guess that was somewhat of a.
And then look at my bench. I mean, I started Debo. Mainly, I thought because I thought, okay, Jaden's playing. I'm sure Debo can. If they're going to have a game, if they're actually going to do what they're going to do, Debo could probably pan out. But then look at that. I got 42 points from Michael Wilson on the bench. Which, yes, he did do good 2 weeks ago, but then last week he did nothing. And then this week he does what he did 2 weeks. I'm like,
it's when Harrison's out.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And then Gainwell, which I streamed him another week and then this week again, he goes off for 16. I got a lot of points on the bench there, but.
So, and then just to round out the bottom, my defense 10, yours was 5. You had 25 from Aubrey on Thursday. So going into last night's game, I had AJ Brown and Jake Elliott. you had Devontae Smith,
Yep.
and you had a pretty good lead on me. So, long story short, came down to basically, I think it was going into the fourth quarter, the Chargers had the ball, so neither of us were going to score again. We were tied
I was looking at the time.
122.16 to 122.16.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry, that's not it. I was looking for
So
the text where you
basically, us
that was 11:15. We were tied at exactly
tied.
122.16. Yep.
So at that point, Eagles winning. They're winning the game right now. Chargers had the ball and they're driving down the field. So I'm like, oh, we're going to overtime. So we're going to get some points one way or the other.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would have been in favor having two guys going, one of which being a field goal kicker.
Right,
Well, no,
kicker.
one of them
yeah,
being a kicker
yeah,
that
yeah.
if you're trying to win the game, you're going to get points there. So you get a good, I think it was a reception. What
It
was
was
it?
a 3rd and 16 play where
Yeah,
Smith caught that ball.
About
Yeah.
three points out of that. So it brings you up to
But
125.96.
Didn't Jalen run for the first down and then it get called back for a penalty and then he
Yes.
threw it to
Yeah, then
Devontae?
he threw
Yeah.
to Devontae. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was when he actually so Jalen not going down, he took it upon himself, which he does this a lot, and I give him credit for this. Like, when they need those big plays, he
He gets it.
steps up and,
Yeah.
like, that was a huge play
Yeah.
to get that.
I mean, that
and
throw,
then
too.
go to come to find
Right.
out, it's like the hold, and you're like, "You gotta fucking be kidding me."
But that
Yeah.
play though, man, that throw was like one of those throws we were talking about. I mean, like it was a dot. Like I mean, Smith got there, the ball came the same time he got there. It's like,
And he
why
shows
are we doing that?
glimpses of
3rd and
this.
16. We could have been doing that all
We
game.
don't need to rehash
We
this.
No, no, I know. No,
he
I know.
shows glimpses
What
of
I'm
this.
saying,
It's like,
like,
why
I'm sitting
can't
there like,
he
okay, that play might have just won me the fantasy matchup, but plays like that could have won them the game, and
Right.
I wouldn't be having to worry about this right now. Yeah, but
Well, speaking of game, so again, having AJ Brown and Jake Elliott, I'm looking at it like, all right, so worst case, we're in field goal range. Playing for the
Yeah.
tie,
yeah,
all like 38-yard field goal is 3.8. I would be able to basically
win by less than a point. But
exactly.
Yeah,
It was a
right.
real close
Yeah,
matchup.
yep.
So again, Jalen throwing the interception, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's
So
like-
like, and not even just throwing the ball to AJ at all, or
Yeah.
I mean, he might have dropped the damn thing. So yeah, Brock, you came away with the win, 125.96 to 122.16. So congratulations.
Thank
Good
you.
luck to you
Hold it
moving
down.
on.
I'll try to hold it down for the pod.
Yeah,
I'll
hopefully.
try to.
I mean, only
I'm
one of
holding
us.
down the standings for the pod.
So in other matchups, Jeff came away with a win against Mike, 158.98 to 126.36. Notable that we both would have lost either of them. So this week, Brock, you are playing
The number 1 seed, Laser Arm Kenny.
Ken Dog. So you and Kenny, and then we have Jeff against Tim. And then I'm playing Mike for the fifth place.
Pulling for you, Timbo.
Yep. Good luck, everybody.
Go me.
Moving forward. Good luck, Brock, even though you got a phony ass win. So, all right, let's get into the upcoming week, week 15. So,
all right, let me recap last week's.
Oh, yes.
Picks.
Please do on the picks. Yep.
What a week this was. Brian, great week, 9-4. Brock, mediocre week, 7-6. And then I was 4-9.
Holy shit!
Yeah. So the
my
standings
plan
have
came
flipped.
together, baby.
The standings have flipped. Instead of I believe Brian was one
I
game
was
up on
second.
Brock.
Yeah, and
I was 3
behind you.
games up on you or something.
Yeah, 2 games. 2 or 3 ones too.
Brian is now 3 games up on Brock and me. We're tied now.
We're tied now?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm not
So,
last, though.
Hey, guess what? I finally won
Yeah.
this week.
Yeah.
It's something.
Yeah. So what a bad week. Sorry to clarify. It was 10-4 Brian, Brock 8-6. I was 5-9 because we all took the Chargers last week.
8-6 sounds better.
Yeah.
All right. So real quick before we move on, I just need to go back to another fantasy update because this thing pissed me off too. So in another league,
quarterback starting.
in this one, I had a matchup. Basically, it was if I win, I would get a bye.
Yep.
If I lose, I'm sitting in the 3rd spot, which is still good. You're making the playoffs, but in this league, they have a great commissioner. This guy puts the
fuck.
this guy puts the first week of the playoffs, week 15. But no, it's giving Cameron some shit there. But
Everyone loves this podcast league.
Going into this game, I basically had Jalen. It's just basically the Monday night. I didn't have too much of a shot, but I was like, all right, maybe. So Jalen Hurts and Goddard, and did I have anybody else? I think that was and Keenan Allen. And I don't believe he had Anybody.
You must have needed like 15 or something.
I needed enough, but like thinking you have Hurts, Allen, and Goddard,
A
you're like,
quarterback. If you need
okay,
15, you should be getting 15 from
I
Jalen.
should be good. So I didn't really even look at this going into the game. So Jalen Hurts puts up a solid 0.8, no 0.4. I'm sorry,
0.4.
one of which is the pick he threw at the end of the game.
Yeah.
So at that time he was at 2.4. I lose 140.96 to 139. So
That interception
the
cost you.
interception, I was up by 0.04 at the
Yeah.
time, but with him moving the ball.
And with 40 from Nakua. Oh my goodness.
And 23 from Aubrey.
Oh, you had yes. Oh yeah.
So I had Nakua with 40. I had Aubrey
He
with
had
23.
Vidal.
Yeah, he
Tim
had Vidal. Okay, so he did have somebody
okay,
going.
yeah, Vidal. Okay.
Yeah.
But you would think with Jalen, Keenan Allen, and Goddard
You're
versus Vidal
Yeah.
and a
Yeah. I mean, we love to
20-point
play
deficit.
Yeah, we love to play Monday morning quarterback when it comes to fantasy too. Jordan Love with 25 on my bench. Blake Corum, 31 on my bench.
I mean, you could
no
have
one's
picked up.
playing
Dude,
Blake
no, I was
Corum.
gonna say no one's playing Corum. That's
No
just,
one's playing
You could have played
Corum.
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, that would have been like a handcuff thing you probably did at one
I
point.
mean,
in the
I
year,
could have
like-
left a freaking bye quarterback in, and he would have
Well, you still would've
he would
won.
have been outscored by 0.4. But yeah,
But
no. So I just wanted to point that out. That God damn it, that quarterback cost me 2 fantasy wins.
Yeah. All right.
So, all right.
So
we
week
went
15
over.
picks. Brian, did you go first last week?
I went last because I went off of you guys's. So I will go. You may go first this week.
I don't care. You guys pick.
the order don't matter to me.
All right,
I'll go left to right. So Brian, Brock, me.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go with Thursday night. We have the 4-9 Falcons going to the 7-6 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Kirk Cousins looked like trash last week. The Bucks kind of let a game get away from them. I think they get back in the win column here. I'm going Bucks.
Oh, sorry. We did say me. My bad. Yeah, I'm also gonna go the Bucks. Yeah, my fault. You said Brian Brock me. I was like, oh.
I'm going to go Atlanta.
Cameron's going the Brian.
I want to see the Panthers win the division.
He's trying to break the tie for me as well. He's doing this stuff.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think it'd be funny if the Panthers won the division.
I would. And
Yeah,
I think
they get in their own way.
Yeah.
You think it'll be funny when we lose to them because we're the wild card and we have to go to Carolina?
Yeah, we'll deal with that when the time comes.
Yeah. Normally it would have been Tampa. That's the other team always kicks our ass.
Yep.
All right. Moving on. 3-10 Browns going to Chicago to play the 9-4 Bears. I'm going to go Bears here.
I'm gonna go Browns.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Bears.
All right.
Two shitty cities with bad weather. I think.
But if
the Bears are
Shador
just a
can
better
play
team.
like he just did, and then Miles Garrett, messes up Caleb Williams a little bit.
I mean, they played the Titans.
I don't. I'm just saying.
He's trying. See, you guys.
I mean,
both
Jordan Love threw 3
Brian went out
touchdowns on
on-
the Bears. I mean, yeah.
Brian went out on a limb with all of his picks last week, and look what that did.
Yeah. So I'm not doing that strat. I'm just that's what I'm feeling right there for that one. Yeah.
All right. Moving on. 6-7 Ravens going to play the 4-9 Bengals. I'm going Cincinnati here. I like the way they're playing right now, regardless of the loss to the Bills.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Bengals. I think also just Lamar, like we're saying, something's off with him. He just doesn't have it at this point.
I think it was last year. Burrow and Chase had 6 touchdowns in their 2 matchups. So I'm going to go with Cincy as well. I think Chase just balls the fuck out against the Ravens.
Yeah.
And Joe Burrow has been playing good ball.
Yes.
Obviously, the 2 picks cost them the game in Buffalo, but Baltimore just has not shown me. I was high on them in week 8, I think, and now that's kind of rubbed off. And now I think
Yeah, would they win like 4, 5 in a row at one point?
Yeah, but they were also like 1-4.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
There was a time we were
Cincy-
talking about them in Kansas City of like, all right, where is this?
Yeah.
Take their season because they're both 1-3, I think, at the time.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So, all right. 9-4 Chargers going to the 6-7 Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Chargers come away with the win and bury the Chiefs here.
I'm gonna go Kansas City.
I'm going KC as well. Backs against the wall. They have to win out. I'm trusting Mahomes over an injured Herbert. They didn't look good last night.
Yeah.
Passing.
They only got
So-
field goals. Yeah. Besides the one touchdown to Hampton.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I think Herbert looked good passing the ball. I just think that our secondary played very, very well against a really good passing offense for the most part.
Yeah.
I do agree, though, that his injury might hold him back, especially when it comes to ball security. But yep, we'll see. 9-4 Bills going to play the 11-2 Patriots in New England. This is gonna be a good game. I actually believe that the Bills are favored on the road,
Yeah.
from what I saw. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Bills.
I'm also going to take the Buffalo Bills.
Patriots won the first matchup. They're at home. They're coming off a bye. It's got to be the Bills, right?
Right. I
Makes
mean,
sense.
yeah.
They're favored for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Plus, how many teams really win that many? I mean, they've won 10 in a row already. I'm like,
it has to be the Bills, I think.
Yeah.
Just
Plus
there's
to
too
get them
much in
back
New
and
England's favor.
like, all right, so they're 2 losses behind the Patriots. So if they win, they'd be 1 behind.
they have the tie. The Patriots have the tiebreaker right now, but yeah,
Yeah. So I
Patriots just had an easy schedule, like
Mhm.
Yeah.
easiest schedule in the whole entire league, and then now they got to run into Buffalo again, and Josh Allen and they're on fire.
All right. 3-10 Commanders against the 2-11 Giants.
God,
I'm going Giants here.
yeah, I'm going Giants also.
it's Mariota, right?
hmm
Washington.
I mean, I would assume it's gonna be Mariota. They have that because I mean he was hurt. He was hurt again. They haven't said anything
Yeah.
more about it. Yeah,
Washington. Yep.
All right. 2-11 Raiders traveling to Philly to watch the 8-5 Birds. Just because Brock's in the audience and I can't wait for his after game results, I'm going Raiders here.
God. I'm picking the Eagles because we better not fucking lose that game at this point. That's why I'm going. Just handle your
Yeah.
fucking business against 2-11
I'm
Raiders.
just taking this as like I'm going to take them all the way out and hope for the best.
So I had picked the Eagles every week. And then obviously things were going bad. So last week I took the Chargers. Chargers ended up winning it.
I took the Chargers too.
So
Yeah.
fuck it. Go Birds. We got to get a win.
Yeah,
Got to
you
get a
have
win.
to.
Going back on the Eagles.
Yep. All right. 3-10 Jets against the 9-4 Jaguars. I think the Jaguars are doing what they need to do to win this division. I think they come away with the win there.
I'm also going Jags. The Jets are just dumpster fire.
Yeah, I'll take Jacksonville as well.
All right. 3-10 Cardinals going to the 8-5 Texans. Texans look good. Going Texans.
Yeah, Texans.
Yeah, just to follow suit, I'm going to go Houston as well. Their defense is just too good.
Yeah.
Real good.
And Kyler's not, is he not coming
Nah,
back?
they said he's done. Yeah. Jonathan Gannon said the foot is just not good.
Yeah.
It's Jacoby Brissett.
Fuck CJ Stroud, but their defense is really good.
Mm-hmm. 9-3-1 Packers going to the 11-2 Denver Broncos. This will be a good game to watch. We've got a couple good 4 o'clock games to watch. Actually, I could say, yeah, a couple good ones. Let's see. Packers, Broncos. Obviously, it's going to be a close game.
Every game.
Every game with the Broncos is close. I'm gonna hope, even though I'm picking the Raiders to beat us, I'm gonna go Denver here just to help the Eagles out with playoff seeding position.
I'm going to go with Green Bay simply because the quarterback matchup. Love is just the better one of the two.
I'm going Green Bay as well. I think they're a better team.
Yeah.
The defense in Denver is good, but elements shouldn't be an impact for the both teams. Green Bay obviously plays pretty well. Denver's just kind of been getting by the skin of their teeth, as the saying goes. So I'm going to go
Another team that's won 10 in a row, and it's like, yeah, come on, you're not going to continue to keep doing that.
Yeah.
Another good matchup of the week: 8-5 Lions going to LA to play the 10-3 Rams. Both teams were firing on all cylinders on offense last week. I would say the Rams probably have a better defense and they're home. But let's just go with Detroit here. I think they're gonna shock I guess you would say my favorite of the NFC, just based on caliber of overall team.
I'm going to go Rams on that one.
I'm taking the Rams as well. I don't know. Their offense just looks so good with Devontae and Fuka.
The Lions still got a decimated secondary, so
Yep.
Go St. Brown.
There you go. 7-6 Panthers against the 3-10 Saints in New Orleans. I'm going to go Panthers.
I'm gonna go Saints. Another upset.
Panthers played down to their competition.
Yeah.
So that's not a terrible pick. But I'm going to go Carolina to win this game.
2-11 Titans going to the 9-4 Niners. Going Niners here.
Yeah, Niners.
Yeah, Niners are still getting by with all their injuries. Titans are just a bad football team.
8-5 Colts going to the 10-3 Seahawks. Colts with a question at quarterback. I'm going to go Seahawks.
As much as I'd like to see Phillip Rivers come in there and win, the Seahawks defense is pretty good. So I think he's just gonna get it. If he starts, or even if Brett Rippon starts, they're gonna get destroyed by that defense.
Yeah, Seattle. I don't know, Colts fans. Rest in peace to the season.
Yeah, their season's pretty much over.
5-8 Vikings going to the 6-1 Cowboys on Sunday night. Going Dallas here.
Yeah, Dallas.
I'm going to go Minnesota. I initially typed out Dallas, but I'm going to go Minnesota. Believe in 9.
And we have the 6-7 Dolphins going to the 7-6 Steelers. I'm going to go Dolphins here.
I'm gonna go Steelers.
I'm going to go Dolphins as well. I don't know.
Well, I'm thinking of the A-chain injury. What if he's out?
I just
You
don't.
know, and then
I don't trust the Steelers, man. Like they should have lost last week.
Should have
to a
lost
bad
last week,
Baltimore
right.
team. Like they haven't looked good.
No,
At least
no,
the Dolphins are putting points up.
yeah. I'll just that's
I mean, obviously, we won't know until next time we record.
yeah.
Right.
So it's just that's a bad Monday Night Football game.
All right. Well, that takes us through the week 15. So we'll see how we all end up there. Looks like we have some disparity between the different picks. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll rock up the standings next week.
Maybe I'll shake it up next time.
Hopefully by this time next week, we have some more baseball signings as well as some, our Hard Knocks expert will have another breakdown for us.
It's on right now, man.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Oh, is it 9? I thought it was 10.
Yeah,
I thought it was 10 too. So,
Pretty sure it's
all right. Thanks everybody
Yep.
for joining. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
As always, cheers. And don't forget to follow us on our socials.